Entertaining? The Bartesian is ideal for parties. No need to stock all kinds of individual mixers for complicated recipes. Every guest gets the cocktail of their choice in seconds. The Bartesian makes a wonderful gift for anyone who loves a fine premium cocktail. Now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever. It's available right now, only at bartesian.com/premium. That's BARTESIAN.com/premium for Bartesian's best deal ever. Only at bartesian.com/premium.
Join Hala Taha for actionable advice from the brightest minds in the world on the Young and Profiting Podcast. Author and academic Arthur Brooks on what success isn't.
The husband was confessing to his wife that he might as well be dead. And I'm thinking, whoa, what's wrong with this guy? I turn around to get a look, and it turns out to be one of the most famous men in the world. The world tells you that if you are profiting, money, power, pleasure, fame, you're going to be happy. And that's a bogus formula.
The Young and Profiting Podcast, wherever you listen.
You're just in time for one of the most successful charity events in Michigan to help feed the food insecure. It's WJR and Chalani Family Foundation's 9th annual Hunger Free in the D with Paul W. Smith. This is your opportunity to help. Every dollar goes to Gleaners Community Food Bank and the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. Just $1 provides 6 nutritious meals to a Detroit area child in need. Call 855-315-FOOD to donate. That's 855-315-3663. Or do it online at hungerfreeinthed.com. Now from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, here's Paul.
Good Monday morning to you. It is the 21st of November, the 325th day of 2022. There are 40 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift, and this one is an extra special gift indeed, as you heard Mr. Announcer go on and on and on, telling you where we are. I'll just reiterate. Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion. It's our 9th annual WJR Hunger Free in the D. It's presented by the Chalani Family Foundation. And we're going to remind you several times to donate now at hungerfreeinthed.com. That's hungerfreeinthed.com, or you can call 855-315-FOOD. That's 855-315-FOOD. On this Monday, as the season of giving is underway in a big way. And we've got the team spread out everywhere. Some here with us, and some back at the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building. And we are going to double our efforts here to help out as the season of giving is now fully underway. And WJR, the only radio station that has as many things going on as we do, whether it started with the Friday and Ann Thomas's Women Who Lead, or the Hobnoble Gobble that we were happy to be a big part of again at Ford Field Friday. And, of course, Hunger Free in the D here, and many other activities that are coming up that you can be a part of in many ways. And you will experience the joy of giving because it's very real. And you'll see what I'm talking about when you participate. Meanwhile, we have alongside Sean Belegian is here. And Thomas, our executive producer and assistant program director. Marie Osborne is going to be here with us, checking on how the money is going. Lloyd Jackson here as well, bright and early with us here at Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion. And back at the studios, Dana Clark keeping an eye on our WJR traffic and weather first. Brian Morton working with Tony Butler here. And Ray Templin, who's also, I can say this is online on all the social media, just say that, all the social media platforms, you can actually watch this morning. So we like it when we do that, and it makes it a little extra fun for us here on this Hunger Free in the D. But let's talk a little bit about the weekend. It was a great weekend for the Lions.
I cannot believe how good they looked yesterday, and that no kidding whatsoever. Paul, that's a very good team that they beat, and they beat soundly yesterday. And the Lions on both sides of the ball looked really good, and I think it has a lot of people excited moving forward, and certainly excited for a huge matchup against the Buffalo Bills as the Lions try to win 4 in a row for the first time in 6 years. Believe it or not, they won 5 in a row that season. But yeah, fun watch yesterday and a thorough, convincing victory over a very good team.
Some other games that took place: Cincinnati beating Pittsburgh 37-30. Dallas whipping Minnesota. It was at least 40-3. I left it. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. They hyped that game up all week, right? It was the national game of the week. And how bad was it? They switched coverage in the third quarter. They switched to another game because
absolutely dumped out of it.
Yeah, it was non-competitive. It really was.
Yeah. My Michigan one, I'm not rubbing it in. I'm merely reporting. And I am saying also that the very thing that I said I was worried about seemed to be true. They didn't have their heart and soul in the game. They were looking ahead to Ohio State, and they almost lost this game.
Yeah, it was. That was a tough game, but you know what? Northville guy Jake Moody with some big field goals, including the one
very big
at the very end, and it sets up what should be a classic, unbeaten Michigan traveling down to Columbus to take on unbeaten Ohio State, who, oh, by the way, maybe they were looking ahead a little bit as well because they really struggled against Maryland. But all is well that ends well, and it sets up what should be an instant classic.
Absolutely. This is going to be like the good old days of those two teams meeting this time at the Snake Pit at the Olentangy River in Columbus. But unfortunately, things did not go well for our Michigan State Spartans.
Yeah, look at the time. I think it's time to go to break. Wow. No, that was a very ugly loss in many, many ways. I think the frustrating thing, and Ann, I'm sure that you watched it, is you knew that Indiana wasn't going to throw the ball. Mm. They completed 2 passes all game. So what Michigan State had to do was stop the run, and they couldn't stop the run, and they couldn't stop the big plays. Indiana had so many big plays. And of course, a missed field goal at the end. I mean, your heart breaks for that young man. Yeah. A 22-yarder in 1 second, you're thinking, wow, they got out of here. They snuck out of here, and they're going to become bowl eligible. And the next thing you know, we're going to overtime, and you didn't feel real confident about it. And unfortunately, they fall in overtime to Indiana 39-31.
Brutal. It was brutal.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no other way to say it.
I feel sorry for the kid, the guy kicking the field goal or missing the field goal, because he's going to blame himself for that, and he's going to remember that for the rest of his life. If he would have gotten that field goal, they wouldn't have gone into overtime. They would have had the game won.
And now they've got to play Penn State ball.
But it's not his fault, as any coach would tell you. For them to be in that position is not his fault.
Right.
So,
but Penn State coming up?
Yikes. At Penn State.
Penn State.
And if you want to go to a bowl game, you got to win this game. You know, and I mean, it's that simple right now, and that's not an easy proposition. But, you know, Coach Tucker has his work cut out for him, especially in a holiday week, getting the guys focused and doing what they have to do to go win in Happy Valley.
Well, there's some great football ahead of us, and we can just keep our fingers crossed and hope that it goes our way as we get ready for this, as it says on the top of the front page of the Detroit News, this epic conclusion of the seasons for the Wolverines and the Buckeyes. Obviously, we're pulling for our Spartans to be able to be bowl eligible. And we're going to talk a lot about the parade coming up and the travel coming up. It's going to be busy on the roads, in the air, and we'll keep on top of all of that, while we also keep on top of helping move toward being hunger-free in the D. You can make your donation right now, hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com. And thank you to the Chilani Family Foundation, Tom and Vicki and the kids. They have put up $200,000 to get us started, $200,000 in matching funds. So let's get to that $200,000 mark and use all that money up as quickly as we can. Your $50 donation buys $100 worth of food, because the money goes right to these people that we are helping out, the Capuchin Soup Kitchen and Gleaners. It's going right to them, and for a very good reason, to help very, very much Gleaners Community Food Bank, as well as the Capuchins. Lloyd will be covering the Capuchins, Marie on Gleaners, but we got to get some money going in here. You did do the texting thing through the weekend. I hope you took advantage of that. And now you go right to hungerfreeandthed.com or call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-FOOD. It's once again Hunger Free in the D on WJR at 6:15. Celebrating life's special moments has been at the heart of Ahee Jewelers since Edmund T. Ahee opened his first store in the lobby of his uncle's bowling alley in 1947. 75 years later, and across 3 generations, the Ahee family has since built an international reputation for award-winning artistry, superior selection, exceptional customer experiences. Now, whether you're shopping for a gift or adding to your personal collection, Ahee's vast selection of coveted brands, including their own line of custom in-house jewelry, award-winning in-house jewelry, they have the perfect piece for every occasion. To mark their diamond anniversary, Ahee's is hosting a series of free in-store events through the end of the year. In fact, you can start your day with this very program, The Paul W. Smith Show, live from Ahee on Friday, December 2nd, beginning at 6 a.m. And on Saturday, December 3rd, Santa will be in the store from noon to 5 with special treats for children. All are welcome. Additionally, enjoy live piano and jazz trios on select days, a throwback to the era when the store was founded, and complimentary parking throughout Grosse Pointe Woods through the end of the year is courtesy of the Ahee family for their 75th anniversary. That's right. Let me reiterate. They have paid for parking at every meter throughout Grosse Pointe Woods. That's a gift from the Ahees in honor of their own 75th anniversary. Experience the magic of Ahee's commitment to giving customers more than they expect. Visit the Ahee showroom in Grosse Pointe Woods or go online at ahee.com today. Ahee, A-H-E-E, ahee.com today. 617 at WJR.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my wife.
I only trust the guys with my home.
You'd think that would have bothered me, maybe a little jealous, but no. Since my wife found the InsideOutsideGuys.com, I get to golf more, hunt more, and I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife and kids. Aww. A sincere thank you to the Inside Outside Guys.
For housing information you can trust, listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. or 24/7 at the InsideOutsideGuys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by Foundation Solutions 360.
Hi, I'm Joe at Foundation Solutions 360. Homes across Michigan fall victim to foundation problems. At Foundation Solutions 360, we provide foundation and crawl space repair with basement waterproofing that is 100% guaranteed at affordable prices. We're veteran-owned, built on integrity and trust. To keep your home dry, call 855-LEAK-360. That's 855-LEAK-360. Or visit us at FoundationSolutions360.com.
What's the best product I bought this year? Oh, that's easy. Salonpas pain relieving patches. The proven medicines in Salonpas patches reduce my pain and let me do the things I need to do every day.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas reported improved sleep, mood, and the ability to work. They had less pain and were able to reduce their use of oral pain medications.
For pain, I use Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Blindstir.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindstir offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 45% off any order during Blindstir's Black Friday sale. Hurry, sale ends November 27th. Blindstir.com.
Nice, quiet start this Monday morning. No reported accidents right now. Construction delay, just a minor one along 696 westbound between Evergreen and 96. About a 5-minute delay. The road there reduced to just 2 lanes through late December. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Festival of Trees. Set your hearts aglow at the amazing 38th Annual Festival of Trees, now through December 27th. At the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center in Dearborn. Enjoy beautifully decorated trees, a festive gift shop, kids activities, Santa, and so much more. Visit FOT.org.
Mix of clouds and sunshine for us here today, and a little milder, windy, especially this afternoon with increasing southwest winds today. Highs low 40s, partly cloudy, cold, middle 20s tonight. Mix of clouds and sunshine Tuesday, less wind tomorrow, mid 40s. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
Welcome back to WJR and the Chilani Family Foundation's Hunger Free in the D, the charity for the food insecure in and around Detroit that has already served millions of dollars in nutritious meals to your neighbors in need. Let's make it even bigger this year. Call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or go to the website, hungerfreeinthed.com. Once again, live from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, Paul W. Smith.
And we want you to make those phone calls right away and go online right away. People have a tendency to hear that and say, well, a little later I'll do that. Let's get it started. Let's give them a good foundation, a good base, first thing on this Monday morning in our 9th annual gathering here at this wonderful Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion. 9th annual get-together here. We've got all the troops involved and helping out in every way. Marie Osborne, a WJR senior news analyst, along with fellow WJR senior news analyst Lloyd Jackson, are here and going to be covering and filling us in specifically, Marie, on the Gleaners Community Food Bank and Lloyd with the Capuchins. Let's start with Marie and remind people what's going on here today and in fact, what the good folks at Gleaners do day in and day out, Marie.
What a great week to be talking about helping to feed those who may not have all that they need to eat during a week or during a day. First of all, every dollar you donate today will get 6 meals thanks to the Chilani Foundation. So $1 equals 6 meals. I don't know. I've never heard of such a deal.
No.
Sean and I were talking a few minutes ago about our turkeys and getting them brined and getting them in the oven and all that stuff. Putting together any kind of meal, especially a holiday meal, is a budget buster for any kind of family, any family. For families that are in need or food insecure, that means that they will not be able to sit down to have a Thanksgiving meal in many, many cases. But Gleaners has always been there. I don't know if you know this, Paul. Gleaners was one of the very first food banks in this country. That concept of a food bank really wasn't established more than 50 years ago. So when they came along, that's when they established this idea of putting food together and redistributing it to people in need. So Gleaners is a key component of what they're doing here today, what we're doing today with Hunger Free in the D to get people fed. Thousands upon thousands of people in our community are going without food. It's hard to believe, but we are told that every single day we all come in contact with someone who is food insecure.
And these are not people who don't have a job.
No.
These are the working poor.
Yeah,
these are people who make money, but not enough.
Not enough. So when you go to the bank or you go to the fast food restaurant or you go to the dry cleaners, the person who may be waiting on you or maybe behind you in line may be food insecure. Maybe they skipped a meal so their child could have enough to put into their lunchbox for the day. So that's the kind of help that Gleaners is trying to that's the kind of help they're trying to deliver to the community.
1 in 3 children at risk of hunger in Wayne County.
1 in 3. Yeah.
And the Gleaners, though we come to you during a holiday week like this because you can better relate to what we're talking about, all year long. They, in fact, distributed 47 million pounds of food, including 16 million pounds of fresh produce across Southeast Michigan just last year alone. Lloyd Jackson helping out another great group of people, the Capuchins and the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. Lloyd?
That's right, Paul W. The Capuchin Soup Kitchen, they serve hundreds of nutritious meals 6 days a week from its 2-meal program sites on Detroit's east side. They serve more than 1,000 households a month, and it's a Midtown service center, food pantry, and distribution center. And, you know, I was speaking with Brother Bob Romer over there at the Capuchins, and he was talking to me about inflation, and he was saying how inflation has not only hurt a lot of the listeners that are listening to us, but also it has been hurtful to the pantry because, number one, more and more people are coming in to get food because they can't afford it because food is so high. So they come into the pantry. Number two, it's hard for them to keep the food on the shelves because so many people are coming in because they need it. And he also says they're seeing a lot of people, Paul W., that used to give that now need the help.
We've said that before. You may be a paycheck away, a job loss away, whatever it might be. Those people who are always generous and helping others might find themselves in the same position of need as the people they had donated to help. So it's extremely important to support Gleaners and the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. You may have another favorite place that you help. We hope that you'll have a little space in your heart and your efforts to help out both Capuchin Soup Kitchen and Gleaners, because that's what we're doing here today, because we know of the work they do day in and day out and how important it is. And while our two chefs, Ann and Sean, were talking about turkeys, you probably shared a little information about how much those have gone up.
Not only have they gone up, my husband came home from the market, the turkey, but my husband came home from the market over the weekend. He goes, Marie, a bag of lettuce, a bag of romaine, $9.
Yes, that's crazy.
$9
That is just
a
crazy.
bag of romaine. And so, you know, for us, it's like, oh, okay, $9. You know, we kind of squeeze it in there and we'll complain about it. There are people who can't even begin to entertain that type of price for their
if it's
food.
hurtful to you guys who make a good living, imagine to those who do not.
Exactly. And even though, we can complain about it, there are many, many people that we encounter day in and day out who are food insecure. And when you think about children going to school without a full belly, any mom or dad out there, that kind of hurts your heart when you think, because you know how that refrigerator door is kind of on a pivot when you have a kid.
Right.
And so we know that how much they need, how much fuel they need. And this is just a great way to make sure that all kids in our community get that fighting chance in school.
A kid going hungry is gut-wrenching.
It is.
It is.
Somebody said it, and we'll say it again. The word hungry and kid should never be together. And it is, unfortunately, a lot. Imagine, you know how hard school was. Imagine going to school always being hungry and thinking about how hungry you are and then trying to do all the things you have to do. We're going to put an end to that. We're going Hunger Free in the D, presented by the Chelani Family Foundation. They've put up $200,000. Now they want to match your money. You put in 50, it's worth 100. Do it right now by going to hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com, or call 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD, as we continue.
Welcome to Making the Impossible Possible with Henry Ford Health. With us today is Peggy Nielsen, Program Manager for Henry Ford Sandcastle's grief support program for children and families. Peggy, it's Children's Grief Awareness Month. What can you tell us about it?
November is when we recognize the needs of children grieving the death of an important person in their life. At Sandcastles, our mission is to help these kids and their families on their grief journey and to create a more grief-sensitive community.
Well, that sounds like important work.
It is. And it's never been more important, actually. Recent studies showed that 250,000 kids in the U.S. have lost a parent or other caregiver. from a pandemic related cause. So we're definitely seeing the need rise here in Michigan. And unless they have space, time, and support to process their grief, these kids can face all kinds of challenges later in life.
And how does Sandcastles help?
We run support groups across the region. We run virtual programming and an annual summer camp, all free of charge. We work to provide a supportive environment for the kids to talk about their grief, to find healing, and build a community that understands what they're going through. And it helps. Some families value it so much they come back to volunteer.
That is incredible.
It's truly meaningful work, and we're fortunate to have some of the most amazing group of volunteers and donors who believe in our mission. Their support helps grieving children know that they are not alone.
To learn more about Sandcastle services, volunteer or donate, visit henryford.com/sandcastles. You could win car washes for an entire year with an unlimited Club Express exterior membership from Jack's Car Wash. Text keyword car wash to 800-859-0957 to be entered. That's keyword car wash as one word with no spaces to 800-859-0957. Standard message and data rates apply. For official rules, visit WJR.com. Wash your car as often as you want. The Jack's Unlimited Club. Plans start at $22.99.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A shooting at a gay nightclub in Colorado Springs Saturday night is being investigated as a hate crime, although police say they've not determined a motive. 5 people died, 25 are injured. At least 2 people fought with and stopped the shooter.
As tragic as this incident is, it could have involved many more lives had these heroic individuals not intervened and the police responded as quickly as they did.
Colorado Springs Mayor John Suthers on Fox. A 22-year-old suspect was arrested last year after a bomb threat at his mother's home. Vice President Kamala Harris in the Philippines.
The vice president with a clear message for the Philippines government.
An armed attack on the Philippines armed forces, public vessels, or aircraft in the South China Sea would invoke U.S. mutual defense commitments.
Commitments she called unwavering.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. China's been building military bases on islands claimed by the Philippines. America's listening to Fox News.
From the WJR Weather Center.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 45% off any order during Blindster's Black Friday sale. Hurry, sale ends November 27th. Blindster.com.
Not as cold for us here as we start off the business week, although temperatures still a bit below average today. Mix of clouds and sun, becoming windy this afternoon with strong gusty southwest winds, low 40s. 25 tonight, mix of clouds and sun, less wind, mid 40s tomorrow. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my wife.
I only trust the guys with my home.
You'd think that would have bothered me, maybe a little jealous, but no. Since my wife found the InsideOutsideGuys.com, I get to golf more, hunt more, and I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife and kids.
Aww.
A sincere thank you to the Inside Outside Guys.
For housing information you can trust, listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. or 24/7 at the InsideOutsideGuys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by CNC Heating and Air Conditioning.
Now that the cold weather is here, you and your furnace are going to be best friends. Until you get the bill. It's Dana from CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. As one of Michigan's largest and most trusted heating and cooling companies, we recommend getting a yearly furnace tune-up, or if needed, a new high-efficient Carrier furnace. We can save you money, whether through energy rebates or just mentioning the Inside Outside Guys. To schedule your furnace tune-up, visit cncheat.com. That's cncheat.com. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It's pro time because at Lowe's, it's Provember. Save big with inventory you can count on, like Flex products or DeWalt power tools starting at just $99. Plus, Lowe's MVPs members earn up to 3 times bonus points per dollar on select items. Save all Provember long. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. MVP's Pro Rewards Program terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty terms. Subject to change. Prices valid from 10/17/22 to 2/3/23 or until supplies last.
Yellowstone, television's #1 show, is back on Paramount Network.
I, John Dudley, do solemnly swear the Constitution of the state of Montana against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Featuring an all-star cast led by Academy Award winner Kevin Costner.
The invasion is over.
They will fight you dirty.
Is there any other way?
As the Dutton family fights to protect their legacy, they'll learn power has a price.
Signing this is a declaration of war.
are already at war.
Yellowstone. New episodes Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Paramount Network.
Change is big. It's solar panels and batteries powering every Michigan business. That's big. It's a smart thermostat in every home. Now, this may seem like a far off dream, but Consumers Energy is making it happen. If you haven't heard, they're embarking on a journey to ensure Michiganders like you and me have access to sustainable, reliable, and affordable energy for generations to come. How are they doing it? By bringing cleaner energy to Michigan's power grid and helping residents and businesses learn how to lower their energy use and make small changes that add up to big savings. Learn more at consumersenergy.com/clean energy. That's consumersenergy.com/clean energy. 635 at 760 WJR.
Welcome back to WJR and the Chelani Family Foundation's Hunger Free in the D, the charity for the food insecure in and around Detroit that has already served millions of dollars in nutritious meals to your neighbors in need. Let's make it even bigger this year. Call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or go to the website, hungerfreeinthed.com. Once again, live from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, Paul W. Smith.
So happy to be here. Hope you had a great weekend. I hope your team won. Michigan won. The Lions won. Unfortunately, Michigan State this time around did not win, but they will win their next game, and they will be bowl eligible. That's my hopeful prediction at this point. Meanwhile, it's a great week to think about others. It's going to be a great week with family and friends for most of us, but there are some people who are wondering what they're going to do about feeding the family and trying to help them have a holiday celebration as well. That's where we come in with what we're doing today with Hunger Free in the D, our 9th annual get-together. And it is where the Chelani family decided to try to help their kids learn about philanthropy at a very young age, to learn what it's like to have, but more importantly, to learn what it's like to share and to give to other people not quite as fortunate as we are. That's what this is all about. We do it through people that do this for a living day in and day out. The Gleaners, Food Bank Gleaners, and the Capuchin Soup Kitchen, the Capuchins. They do it all the time. But it's an especially important time this time of year. And it is, Lloyd Jackson, because we can reach out to people and they are more understanding and more in a giving mood because of the holiday season.
And that's why we're doing this today. And let me say that the Capuchins, do such a great job year round. And they're going to do a great job this holiday season. They're going to be distributing holiday turkeys and food boxes for about 1,300 Detroit area households experiencing hardship. And they really need it this year. Inflation, the food prices are sky high. People are trying to determine whether I'm going to pay my rent, I'm going to get my medication, or get some food on
Decisions that most of us don't really have to make, but unfortunately, more and more of us are, as inflation has hit us, as prices have gone up. And I should remind everyone, as you remind us about the great job the Capuchin Soup Kitchen does day in and day out. Certainly that's true with Gleaners, Marie, and you've certainly experienced that personally. But here's something that none of them get. There's $200,000 on the table right now from the Chelani Family Foundation. Tom and Vicki Chelani said, we'll match the first $200,000 to make it $400,000. So folks, do it now. Be a part of this. Don't miss out. Use the Chelani money to help these people so that, as Marie said earlier, $1 gets 6 meals. It's astonishing. You're not wasting any money at all when you help us by going to hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com, or you call right now because people are up early taking your calls at 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD. Now's the time to do it. And as you have seen in your reports and all that you've been doing, Marie, the Gleaners put it to good use.
And also, I want to just piggyback on something that Lloyd talked about, paying, making decisions about paying bills. Which one am I going to pay? Can I buy food? Something that I learned from Kristen Sokol and from other agencies that I've worked with, but especially at Gleaners, they find that if they can alleviate some of the pinch in the budget and help people with food, with a donation of food to a family, then that family is going to have money in the budget to make sure that the rent is paid, that medications are done, that the kids get the glasses they need or the school shoes that they need. So really, when you're thinking about making this donation for food, you are actually helping a family with their budget overall, because once they can get that food issue out of the way, okay, I've got it covered this month because thankfully Gleaners has helped me out. I can concentrate now on making sure that my rent is paid, because the last thing that you want to do is having people trying to be making those decisions about paying their rent or putting food on the table, because if they don't pay their rent, they're out of the house. And again, with children, the last thing you want to be doing is moving your home from one place to another, getting kids in and out of schools.
And when we say because they're helped by Gleaners or Capuchin Soup Kitchen, that really means because you've helped Gleaners and Capuchin. The thanks go to you, because without you, Gleaners and Capuchins can't do what they do. So please, no matter what we're talking about, no matter what we're doing, go online and make your contribution. It's very, very important. It's the one day a year we come to you to try to be hunger-free in the D, our 9th annual gathering, all put together and presented by the Celani Family Foundation. Dario Bergamo, a big part of that, and so many other people. We've got other folks that you'll meet along the way who have helped out, who have been big sponsors helping us. We'll meet the guys from NECA, Tom Middlebrun and Jim Peltier from IBEW. Tom and Vicky will be here. Matt Simoncini, former CEO at Lear, big supporter of Hunger Free in the D. Jeffrey Sheehan, a very big, the biggest contributor right now as sponsor for this great event. But there was some other action, and Sean was all over it while he was smoking his meats. The Lions, first of all, won. And that's pretty good news, 3 in a row.
Yeah, they looked great. The Giants were one of the best teams in the league, and certainly the biggest surprise in the National Football League this year. And speaking of surprises, the Lions just jumped on them. Paul, no other way to say it. If you watch the game, the drive to end the first half and the drive to start the second half, how often have we said, boy, wouldn't it be great if the Lions could put their foot on the opponent's neck and keep it there? And they did. It was amazing to watch. I thought one of the best wins that they've had in a long time. Their longest win streak, as you mentioned, 3. First time in 5 years that they did that. The last time they had a 4-game winning streak, 6 years ago. That was eventually 5, and the Lions are going to look to make it 4 on Thursday when they host a team that's very familiar with Ford Field, maybe more familiar with Ford Field right now than the Lions are, and that's the Buffalo Bills.
When we were there at Hobnobble Gobble, and I'm looking out at the crowds and the rides and the stands, and I thought, man, the team that's going to have to come in here after Hobnobble Gobble and get it cleaned up for a football game Sunday is going to have to be working pretty hard. So I salute whoever they were.
Yes.
They're on the Ford Field staff.
Bill Keenis brought that up last night on Gridiron Wrap. Think about this. You had Hobnobble Gobble. You had the Bills and Cleveland Browns. You have the Lions and Thanksgiving, which, as you guys know, that isn't a normal game. I mean, it is a spectacle. You have the national crew coming in and a stage for, who's ever playing the halftime show.
Yep.
And then they turn around and host all the high school games Friday and Saturday. So, I mean, the turnover by that staff at Ford Field, you just give a tip of the cap to those fellas.
Good job. We don't have a lot of time for these. Just to say U of M did beat Illinois. A win is a win. It goes down as a W. It wasn't pretty, 19-17, and it depended on the last few minutes or seconds. There you have that. And unfortunately, because of the last few seconds in regulation, I guess, MSU lost to Indiana in 2 overtimes, 39-31.
Yeah, you know what, Paul, you brought it up for Michigan. It doesn't have to be art. You're not going to hang it in the Louvre. Just win. Doesn't have to be pretty. Keep the pretty stuff in the Louvre. Take the W any way you can.
That's right. And they did, and they will, because they, like Ohio State, were both looking ahead to the next game, which you try to tell them not to. But these are kids. How could you not be looking forward to the most important game of your life, basically?
Somebody's got to go.
There's only going to be one winner. It is 6:45 at WJR. We've got our SAE Ion Engineering with Lindsay Brooke with Automotive Engineering Magazine, and brought to you by Continental Automotive. The future in motion. Visit continental-automotive.com to find out more. That's continental-automotive.com to find out more. Lindsay?
For 25 years, Toyota's Prius has been the world's most popular hybrid electric vehicle by far. Over 5 million Priuses have been sold, and Toyota has spread Prius technology into many other Toyota and Lexus vehicles. Prius made hybrid cars cool and electrified driving popular. Last week, Toyota unveiled the 5th generation Prius at the Los Angeles Motor Show. The all-new model is genuinely stylish and boasts 57 miles per gallon efficiency. There's also a plug-in version that can drive about 40 miles on the battery alone. Despite the rise of pure electric vehicles, hybrids remain important for reducing both fuel consumption and emissions in the next decade and beyond. For Automotive Engineering Magazine, I'm Lindsay Brooke, and that's this week's SAE Eye on Engineering.
The day is coming when your car will become your chauffeur at the push of a button to drive you safely down the highway. Intelligent intersections will alert drivers and pedestrians to hidden dangers. Vehicles can be summoned to meet you outside the parking garage. Monday morning commutes will be stress-free, possibly even productive. At Continental, we're developing a seamless mobility experience to make a better world for everyone. As one of the world's top tech companies, Continental provides not just components, but intelligent systems that are fully integrated. Through our advancements in driver assist technologies and holistic connectivity, vehicles will seamlessly link to other vehicles, the cloud, and the infrastructure in real time. Seamless mobility will make every trip easy, comfortable, and safer. Connected vehicles are only the beginning. Just wait until you see what's next. For more, visit Continental.com. Continental Automotive, the future in motion.
Once I believed, if I tried enough, I would succeed, not yet knowing the vast extent of my world. My goals, my dreams, they change. And I believe I will continue finding purpose in everything I do.
You never actually own a Patek Philippe. You merely take care of it for the next generation. Begin your own tradition. Explore Patek Philippe timepieces exclusively at Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers.
And when I say exclusively, I mean it. Ahee Jewelers is honored to be Michigan's exclusive Patek Philippe dealer. The Ahee family invites you to visit their elegant showroom filled with an impressive collection of Patek Philippe timepieces. It really is a beautiful boutique, the Patek Philippe Boutique inside Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers. On Mack Avenue, between 7 and 8 Mile Roads in Grosse Pointe Woods, plenty of free, convenient parking right there at the jewelry store in their parking lot. But because it's their 75th anniversary, the Ahees wanted to give a thanks to everybody who is supportive of them. So they've picked up the tab for all parking meters in Grosse Pointe Woods through the end of the year. That's quite a 75th anniversary present to all of us. Thank you to Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers on Mack Avenue between 7 and 8 Mile Roads in Grosse Pointe Woods. You go on in there and you will feel the spirit of the season. 6:48 at News Talk 760 WJR.
WJR traffic and weather first.
Couple of closures out there in Rossville Road, shut down both directions northbound and southbound between Martz Road and Presidential Drive. A multi-vehicle crash has that area closed. And Outer Drive, eastbound and westbound, a crash has a closure resulting between Chalmers and Newport Street. Police are on the scene. Avoid that area. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet. Buying or leasing a vehicle today can be almost impossible unless you buy the Gordon Chevrolet way. Find what you want now, lock in your price. Voted best of the best by the Detroit Free Press, Ford Road, just west of Merriman in Garden City. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads.
Not as cold for us today as we were yesterday, although temperatures still a bit below average. Mix of clouds and sun. Windy out there today, especially this afternoon with a strong gusty southwest wind. Highs in the low 40s. Partly cloudy, cold, middle 20s tonight. Mix of clouds and sun, less wind, mid 40s tomorrow. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ken Boone on Newstalk 760 WJR.
Welcome back to WJR and the Chilani Family Foundation's Hunger Free in the D, the charity for the food insecure in and around Detroit that has already served millions of dollars in nutritious meals to your neighbors in need. Let's make it even bigger this year. Call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or go to the website, hungerfreeinthed.com. Once again, live from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, Paul W. Smith.
That's a great place. Sean said a moment ago, wow, this place is big. Yes, it is. It is very big, and it's beautiful, and we thank them for opening their doors, so to speak, to us here at now 6:50, 10 minutes away from 7 o'clock. All-around great guy, and the founder and CEO of Tryon Solutions, a big supporter of this effort and so many other great things at WJR, is Bonner Upshaw, who's on the other end of my line right now, and happy Hunger Free in the D Day, Bonner.
Hey, back at you, Paul. How are you today?
I am excellent. I am in fine form and happy because we're raising money for people who need it and raising food for people who are hungry. And it doesn't get any better than that, as you know, Bonner. I, by the way, ran into one of your partners at Hobnobble Gobble coming down the stairs to Ford Field. And what a good team of people you have there.
You know, Tryon, I have a great team of folks. My partner, David Stone, a wonderful guy. We've come a long way in helping small business America succeed, and we're excited about 2023 coming up, but more excited about today, and that we could contribute to Hunger in the D.
Well, Dave told me that you guys were psyched and ready to go, and that you've had some good growth there at Tryon Solutions. We see the building when we're driving down the expressway. We hear your commercials on WJR, see them on television, and we really appreciate the fact that with Thanksgiving around the corner, not everyone in Metro Detroit is able to celebrate, and you're certainly aware of that. Thousands of children, seniors, families struggling to put food on the table this holiday season, and that's why Bonner Upshaw, as founder and CEO of Tryon Solutions, that's why you got involved.
Yes, Paul. We believe at Tryon Solutions as a team, we believe no one should go hungry. And these times it's called Thanksgiving. We're thankful, but we have to give back. And I think everyone should give back to anyone in need. And so get out there, make that phone call, and contribute to Hunger in the D. Everyone.
First 8 years, we've raised over $4 million to help feed hungry people. With all the great help of the Chilani Family Foundation, once again putting up $200,000 this year to match the money that comes in right now. So we keep urging people to get that money in right now, whether it be at hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com, or by calling 855-315-FOOD. That's 855-315-3663. There are people waiting to take your call or to answer your email, and we really appreciate that. For now, our 9th annual WJR, Chilani Family Foundation, Hunger Free in the D, where we are looking, after raising $4 million these first 8 years, the goal this year is to provide 500,000 meals to struggling families during the holidays. Now, you are very successful and have built a very successful business, Bonner. Have you always been so successful, or did you have some struggles along the way as you were growing up and growing your business?
You know, Paul, it's been the last few years have been great. We started off slow. Trian's been trying for this is our 10th. I would say our 10th anniversary.
Wow.
Although Dave and I had our own prospective companies over the years, we brought them together 10 years ago and rebranded to the Tryon name. And so our largest growth was our first year doing the Hunger in the D was probably our biggest year, just pre-COVID. And we're just excited to be a part of it. And we're looking forward to 2023 and another great year.
Well, that sounds, Bonner, it sounds to me like when you were starting to do good, you started to do well, and you continued to do good by helping out and being one of the big sponsors for Hunger Free in the D. Isn't that funny how that works? And I've heard that more times than not. When companies start to get philanthropic, then things start to go well for them as well.
Yeah, I think somebody upstairs looks at that and gives you a gift. You have to give back, and I think we as people, if we have the ability to do so, do that. And I think we try and do as much as we can for people who are less fortunate than us, and hopefully everyone feels that way. And I hope people out there that are listening, please call in and give back to Hunger in the D, please.
And you wouldn't be doing it there at Tryon Solutions in your 10th anniversary year if, in fact, every dollar raised, 100% of the donations go directly to Gleaners or the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. When you go and donate at hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com, or when you call 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD, that money is going to feed people, not to administrative costs or anything else. Every dollar raised, 100% of your donation goes directly to Gleaners or the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. And with the help of the Chilani Family Foundation match of $200,000, Maria and I were talking about this earlier. It seems almost impossible to imagine. Every dollar donated can provide 6 meals to our struggling neighbors. That's the money is being well used, Bonner. When you can get 6 meals for $1, that's astonishing.
Oh, absolutely, Paul. It's amazing what a dollar can do, especially in today's challenging times for families and especially for kids. No one should go hungry, and I think that's what we feel at Tryon. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate you, Bonner Upshaw, Dave Stone, the whole team there. God bless you, and thank you again as the founder and CEO of Tryon Solutions for supporting Hunger Free in the D, WJR, and everything else that's going on that's good. We appreciate it and appreciate you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Paul, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family as well. Bonner Upshaw, helping other families have a happy Thanksgiving as well. You can do the same, and we hope that you will. HungerFreeInTheD.com. We only come to you once a year to ask for your help on this. HungerFreeInTheD.com or call 855-315-3663. That's 315-FOOD.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor.
Need a great holiday gift for that special someone? Shop Untuckit's Black Friday early access and grab the perfect style at up to 50% off. Untuckit shirts are designed to be worn untucked. They keep him looking sharp and feeling comfortable. Save big on our iconic button-downs, super soft flannels, and cozy sweaters during our biggest sale of the year. Shop Untuckit's Black Friday early access sale today for up to 50% off at Untuckit.com or 80-plus stores. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my wife.
I only trust the guys with my home.
You'd think that would have bothered me, maybe a little jealous, but no. Since my wife found the InsideOutsideGuys.com, I get to golf more, hunt more, and I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife and kids.
Aww.
A sincere thank you to the Inside Outside Guys.
For housing information you can trust, listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. or 24/7 at the InsideOutsideGuys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by Granite Source of Michigan.
Hey, it's Jim Harper. I heard about Granite Source of Michigan on the Inside Outside Guys. I was blown away at the different granite, marble, and quartz options they have. One of the easiest ways to upgrade your kitchen, bath, bar, or fireplace is with a new countertop. Granite Source of Michigan is the best in fabrication and installation for custom natural stone countertops and backsplashes. So check them out on the web and get a free edging upgrade with the purchase of a new kitchen countertop. GraniteSourceOfMichigan.com.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit.
Was it a hate crime? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's a big question in Colorado Springs after Saturday night shooting at an LGBTQ bar. The gunman, who was injured when people fought back, killed 5 people, wounded at least 25 more.
Police acknowledged the heroism of 2 people who intervened.
At least 2 heroic people inside the club confronted and fought with the suspect and were able to stop the suspect from continuing to kill and harm others. We owe them a great debt of thanks.
A makeshift memorial has been slowly growing outside the club.
That's Fox's Alicia Acuna. It's now more than a week since 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death in a home. No arrests, not even a suspect name. Police Chief James Fry urging people to be patient.
It is a complex and terrible crime, and it will take some time to resolve.
For the first time in 6 months, China is reporting COVID deaths and locking down another city to stop an outbreak. Last week, the FBI director warned China remains the U.S.'s biggest threat. Fox's Gernal Scott reports lawmakers in both parties warned on Fox News Sunday about TikTok, a popular app kids use.
Senate Democrat and chair of the Intelligence Committee, Mark Warner of Virginia, says TikTok, created in China, poses a national security risk. His warning to parents:
all of that data that your child is inputting and receiving is being stored somewhere in Beijing.
Republican Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas says even facial imagery can be stored. He urges those using the app
to delete it from their phone, and if they can, to get a new phone altogether.
Taylor Swift made history last night, taking home 6 more American Music Awards, giving her a record 40 for her career.
I love you more than I can say. I cannot express how unbelievable it is to me that I still get to do this.
Swift on ABC. She won Artist of the Year for the 7th time. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 45% off any order during Blindster's Black Friday sale. Hurry, sale ends November 27th. Blindster.com.
Dealing with 2 spots that are closed this morning. Multi-vehicle crash has Rawsonville Road shut down both directions between March Road and Presidential Drive. That's in Belleville. Also along Outer Drive, eastbound and westbound, closed between Chalmers and Newport Street. To avoid the area, police are on both of those scenes. 696 westbound, slow ride between Evergreen and 96. Construction has that roadway reduced to 2 lanes. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Bit of a warm up this week, but a very cold start this morning. Mostly cloudy skies, 23 degrees with a wind chill. It feels more like 11. We'll get clouds and sun today, a high of 41. Tonight, some clouds, overnight low 26. Sunshine and a few passing clouds on Tuesday, a high of 44. Even warmer on Wednesday, hitting 48 degrees, and looks like Thanksgiving will hit 47 degrees. Dana Clark, WJR traffic and weather first.
Welcome to Spotlight on Excellence with Wayne State University Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Mark Kornblue. Mark, we have to-do lists for everything these days. Do we need a to-do list to search for colleges too?
Oh, yes, it's time well spent. This is a decision that impacts a huge part of a student's future, so it's got to be the right choice for the right reasons.
Tell us a few first steps in the college search process.
One of the best first steps is to schedule a campus tour. Wayne State offers a fun 90-minute walking tour, Monday through Friday, all year long. There's no better way to get to know our beautiful 200-acre campus in the heart of Midtown Detroit.
Mark, who can students turn to for advice on things like programs, paperwork, requirements?
Here's where our admissions counselors are eager to help, no matter what step in the process your student is in. They can offer guidance with academic programs, scheduling, scholarships, financial aid, even being college ready for the first day of class. And if your student hasn't made the final decision yet, our counselors will ask just the right questions to see if Wayne State is the right fit.
And why wouldn't it be?
An urban research university with programs from health sciences to engineering to business to the arts. I agree. Wayne State is a smart choice for anyone's academic future.
Thanks, Mark. To learn more about visiting Wayne State and enrollment, go to wayne.edu/admissions.
You're just in time for one of the most successful charity events in Michigan to help feed the food insecure. It's WJR and Chalani Family Foundation's 9th annual Hunger Free in the D with Paul W. Smith. This is your opportunity to help. Every dollar goes to Gleaners Community Food Bank and the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. Just $1 provides 6 nutritious meals to a Detroit area child in need. Call 855-315-FOOD to donate. That's 855-315-3663. Or do it online at hungerfreeinthed.com. Now from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, here's Paul.
And a very good Monday morning to you. Hope you had a great weekend. Some of our teams won, some of them did not. But overall, a great weekend for Lions fans, University of Michigan fans. Tough weekend for MSU. Meanwhile, it is Monday, a special one. This 21st of November, 325th day of 2022, with 40 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift, and today's a day you can really make count because we are at Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion for our 9th annual WJR Hunger Free in the Deep, presented by the Chalani Family Foundation. God bless Tom and Vicki Chalani and their kids, who make up the Chalani Family Foundation, and realized some time ago, Tom and Vicki said, we want to make sure that our kids understand the meaning of the holiday season and the meaning of giving to those who are not nearly as fortunate as we are. Look, I know you work hard. Everybody does. Tom and Vicki do. We all do work hard to get where we are. The harder we work, the luckier we get, my Grandpa Harry used to say. But the fact of the matter is there are some people that no matter how hard they work, they're not going to get so lucky. And they're looking at the options they have for Thanksgiving dinner, and they're not very good, those options, until the good folks from Gleaners and the Capuchin Soup Kitchen step up and help them day in and day out, all year round. But it's especially important around this holiday where we give thanks, where we have gratitude. We are grateful for everything we have, and you have the opportunity to be grateful for all the people that you're going to be helping by making a donation right now and having it matched by the Chalani Family Foundation. If you can give a $50 donation, you're going to get $100 worth of effort and food. $100 will get $200 of food. It's a beautiful thing that the Chalanis have offered us with a matching up to $200,000. Go online at hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com, or call 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD. And let's get it going and give them a great foundation, because every hour matters, including these first few hours here on the Paul W. Smith Show at WJR. Ann Thomas, our executive producer, assistant program director, Sean Belegian, being joined by Marie Osborne here, helping us out. Also, we're hearing from, well, we hear from the Gleaners with Marie, and with Lloyd Jackson, we hear from the Capuchins, and we need to hear from you by making the calls and making the donations. And Marie's checking in on all of that. That's why she's here with us this morning, Marie.
Absolutely, Paul. And we're getting a lot of calls this morning. We're thrilled about that. The number to call is 855-315-FOOD. That's 855-315-3663. And it's also important to remember that for Gleaners and for the Capuchins, this is not just, oh, we're going to just get involved in a little fundraiser today. They're fundraising all year long. So the money you donate today, the dollars you donate today, could be helping to feed a family in February. This is how important their work is. We are just at the start of the giving season, which is great for all of us. It's fun and heartwarming. But the fact is that the dollars have to be used for the rest of the year as well. So it's so important. And also, I want to just say Gleaners distributes more than 47 million pounds of food every year, and that includes 16 million pounds of fresh produce. What's interesting about Gleaners is that they've established these great relationships, not just with food retailers, but also with farmers in our area. So when there's farmers in our area who have a surplus of corn or potatoes or pumpkins, let's say at the end of the season, Gleaners has a relationship with them. They're able to give their clients fresh produce. So they've really made a big effort to make sure that the meals that they are distributing are healthy, they're healthful, they're easy on the budget. They'll serve more than just one dinner, let's say, but also include this very important component that all of us as people who, we're homemakers and we want to have good food on our family's table. So they want to have this fresh produce, and they were able to do that through their relationships. It's very important, these relationships that they've established. That's why your $1 equals 6 meals.
It's astonishing.
They have
think about that.
huge buying power, again, with local farmers as well as the food retailers.
They've established some very important relationships, including the relationship with
absolutely.
WJR.
Yep.
And we're happy to be here with them and helping out in every way. And Sean, you certainly know, and Marie, well, all of us know what it's like to go out to a grocery store now and shop. It's very tough. Well, if it's tough for us, imagine how tough it is for people who are of very limited means, who are looking at their budget and saying, well, do I buy this prescription or do I buy this turkey? Do I buy this or do I buy that? The decisions they have to make that, good Lord willing, none of us will ever have to make. However, we don't know because, as you mentioned earlier, Lloyd, there are people who are receiving help from the Capuchins and from Gleaners who were contributors in years gone by.
Absolutely. And the Capuchins say that is one of the things that they worry about, because so many people are coming into their service center looking for food because they need it. They were giving last year. This year, they need it. And to keep those pantry shelves full, they really need you out there to make this call at 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD, or go to hungerfreeinthed.com. This Thanksgiving, the Capuchins will be distributing holiday turkeys and food boxes for approximately 1,300 Detroit area households experiencing hardship. And Paul W., while we have tables to put our food on and we have a home, there are some who don't even have that. There's homeless out there who need to eat as well. And the Capuchins feed those homeless. They come in, they take a shower, they bring their children. You got kids who are homeless, who are hungry, who are coming into the Capuchins, and the Capuchins are helping them because of you out there who are helping today.
We so appreciate your help, and we ask for it early. And if you call some friends and family and tell them they have the opportunity to participate as well, we would appreciate your help in that regard. We've got Jeff Sloan, founder and CEO of Startup Nation, spotlighting the entrepreneurial tech and startup community on WJR here at 7:13 this morning. It's our WJR Business Beat, and this is Jeff. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Paul. While the impact of inflation is felt by all these days, new research shows that when it comes to inflation, not all are treated equally. New research shows that inflation is particularly challenging for those living in rural areas who are feeling the burden of historic cost of living increases far more than those living in urban settings. The online site known as Payments has just released results of a study based on a survey of more than 2,500 U.S. consumers with assorted financial lifestyles and in different regions of the country. Now, as the study first makes clear, due to inflation, 1/3 of consumers now report having trouble paying their bills, and 2/3 believe it will take another 18 months before inflation rolls back to 2021 levels. But taking a deeper look at the data leads to a conclusion that where people live correlates to their financial challenges, as well as their outlook on where the economy is headed. And it's people living in rural areas that seem to be feeling the weight of inflation most, thus degrading their outlook on the economy, with as many as 54% of rural households experiencing difficulty just paying their monthly bills today. And these findings are consistent with how small businesses seem to be facing challenges in rural towns across America as well, as there is a disproportionate number of small businesses now closing in rural areas versus those in urban settings. Here's hoping, Paul, that in 2023 we begin to see declining inflationary pressure and a stabilizing economy for those in rural areas, certainly, but for all Americans as well. I'm Jeff Sloan, founder and CEO of StartupNation.com, and that's today's Business Beat on the great voice of the Great Lakes, WJR.
From your lips to God's ears, Jeff, here's hoping that that can happen. Now, when you think Absopure, you think about the best bottled water. That's a good thing to think because it's true. But what about coffee? What about coffee? You really have to try Absopure's office coffee service, where they'll bring your business your favorite coffee brands, flavors, and even the equipment needed to energize your workplace. Absopure's offerings range from buy-the-cup options from brands like Starbucks and Green Mountain to buy-the-pot options. Absopure also features fun seasonal flavors like Dunkin' Donuts Pumpkin Spice and unique blends like Southern Pecan. And once that perfect cup is brewed, Absopure makes it easy by providing all the extras to make your coffee sensational. With everything from cups and creamers to stir sticks and sweeteners, Absopure will help you find the solution that fits your business and budget. Let Absopure make brewing easy and give each of your employees the opportunity to be their own barista. Visit Absopure.com/WJR. That's Absopure.com/WJR to sign up for Absopure's office coffee service. Remember, great coffee begins with great Absopure water. It is 7:16 at 760 WJR. HungerFreeInTheD.com or 855-315-FOOD. 855-315-3663. We need your help. Now's the time at 7:17.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my wife.
I only trust the guys with my home.
You'd think that would have bothered me, maybe a little jealous, but no. Since my wife found the InsideOutsideGuys.com, I get to golf more, hunt more, and I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife and kids.
Aww.
A sincere thank you to the Inside Outside Guys.
For housing information you can trust, listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. or 24/7 at the InsideOutsideGuys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you by Motor City Floors and Coatings.
Hi, it's Paul W. Do you have a garage or basement that had an epoxy floor coating applied and it started to peel, chip, and fade? Well, Motor City Floors and Coatings have completely changed the concrete coatings world with their own polyurea polyaspartic coating system, making it more durable and longer lasting than those old epoxies. That's why we had them out to coat our basement's concrete floor. To get on Michigan's most preferred concrete coating company's fall or winter schedule, visit MotorCityFloorsandCoatings.com. That's MotorCityFloorsandCoatings.com, powered by Mr. Coatings.
I'm Ann Thomas. Congratulations to the 2022 Women Who Lead class. Detroit area psychologist Donna Rockwell has started a new program for young girls called Already Famous. It's designed to help them deal with the pitfalls of social media.
Young women and girls have given over their sense of personal control to social media, to an algorithm.
To learn more about Donna Rockwell, go to WJR.com. Special thanks to General Motors and Lear for supporting Women Who Lead.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Blindstir.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindstir offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 45% off any order during Blindstir's Black Friday sale. Hurry, sale ends November 27th. Blindstir.com.
696 westbound after DeQuinder. Watch for an accident reported in Macomb off to the right shoulder. A couple of spots closed. Outer Drive shut down both directions between Chalmers and Newport Street. Multi-vehicle crash. And in Belleville, Rawsonville is closed both directions between Marks Road and Presidential Drive. Avoid the area. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel is sponsored by Flame Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Flame Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, serving you since 1949. Mention this ad for up to $2,500 off a new heating and cooling system. Visit them online at flamefurnace.com.
Mix of clouds and sunshine for us here today, and a little milder, windy, especially this afternoon, with increasing southwest winds today. Highs low 40s, partly cloudy, cold, middle 20s tonight. Mix of clouds and sunshine Tuesday, less wind tomorrow, mid 40s. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ken Boone on Newstalk 760 WJR.
Welcome back to WJR and the Chilani Family Foundation's Hunger Free in the D, the charity for the food insecure in and around Detroit that has already served millions of dollars in nutritious meals to your neighbors in need. Let's make it even bigger this year. Call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or go to the website, hungerfreeinthed.com. Once again, live from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, Paul W. Smith.
What an honor and pleasure and privilege it is to introduce an old friend who's done so well and done so many good things to others because of his success. And it came from a time that he and his beautiful wife, Vicki, decided they wanted to do something that the kids could understand, and how important it was for the kids to understand what philanthropy is all about. That's Tom Chilani, the founder of the Chilani Family Foundation, sitting right here at the table with me bright and early for this great event to help out the Capuchin soup kitchens and gleaners. Tom, it's wonderful what you and Vicki and the family are doing.
Well, good morning, Paul. That was a great intro. Yeah, we were just looking at it the other day. It was 24 years ago when we founded the foundation. So Vinny would have been 8 years old. And that's when we really came up with these ideas that Vicki and I wanted to, get the kids engaged and volunteering their time and looking at different charities and why charities do different things. And so we started very young, and I encourage people to get their kids out there and show them that they're volunteering. It's not about writing the check all the time. It's about getting engaged.
Really being a part of the help that is necessary. And certainly that's what your children have done from the beginning. And that's what you and Vicki have done with everything, not just in your philanthropy, but in your business. Here you have Vicki and your daughter Olivia very much involved with your Chilani Family Vineyards. And that's been going very well. How long ago did that start?
Well, 17 years ago, we bought the vineyard in 05. And, we were managing it from here, but spending a lot of time out there in Napa. And Vicki and I spend all of September and October at the vineyard until everything is harvested and in barrel. Then we come back to Detroit for the holidays.
Then you've got Freedom Hill also that is a part of your portfolio, and you bring great entertainment to us at Freedom Hill.
We've enjoyed that. Joe Vicari got me engaged in that and joined our partners out there. And he loves the entertainment industry. We've been at it 12 years now, and Live Nation and 313 are our partners. It's been a great relationship.
And then we talk about this day. And I remember you and Dario talking with me about this a number of years ago. And initially, one of the ideas was getting a big semi-truck filled with frozen turkeys.
Yeah. Well, it started when I was watching the Thanksgiving Day Parade on TV, and I saw that this fire station in Detroit had ran out of turkeys that they were giving away, and there's a lot of disappointed people. And I called my buddy Dario up, and I said, Dar, we got to do something tomorrow. And he says, what do you want me to do? And I said, let's start calling Tyson and all these other companies that sell turkeys. And he goes, how are we going to give them out? And I go, that's a good idea. I don't know. That's when we came up with Gleaners. That was have a professional organization that takes care of Southeastern Michigan, all these different pantries, how they get the food out, a professional way, a fair way is the direction we went back then.
Mm-hmm. And then Gleaners, we added up the Capuchin Soup Kitchen as you started to expand and spread the wealth, so to speak. And it's been wildly successful. And we have a big goal for the number of meals that you would like to hit for this year, for this Thanksgiving. It's something, was it? I'm not even, I don't even want to guess it because it's a big number.
Our big number this year, we'd love to hit $500,000. We've already made $4 million over the first 8 years of this event. We've never not missed the match. I think this year more than others, even after COVID, we have so many people getting laid off now and are in need of a meal, and bringing their family together on Thanksgiving is important. So that's why we should give today. I don't care if it's $1 or $5. Everything helps.
But if it is $1, it's now worth $2. If it is $5, if that's all you can do, that's great because you're helping someone, and it's worth $10. Every dollar equals 6 meals, we're told from the Gleaners, which is phenomenal. And it also shows that they don't waste money. And for that matter, 100% of all the money raised goes to these charities. Whether you can choose Gleaners or Capuchin Soup Kitchen when you either call us to make that donation at 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD, or when you go online to hungerfreeandthed.com, hungerfreeandthed.com. You get to choose if it goes to Gleaners or Capuchin Soup Kitchen, or maybe you'll want to donate to both. But because of Tom Chilani, Vicky Chilani, and their kids, the Chilani Family Foundation has already put up the first $200,000. So when Tom said we haven't missed the match, we want to use up that $200,000 and then some.
We'd love to go past the match, and we're, have the ability to do that because of Cars and Cigars. And so if it's a generous day by our listeners, let's go for it. Let's break the record.
Let us go for it. Let us break the record. Let us get over $200,000 in donations called in now. And then they add the 200,000, and there we are at 400,000. But you've heard Tom say we want a goal of $500,000 this year, and to do that we've got to really work, and we've got to start early, like right now at 7:26 on this Monday morning. You had a great weekend, I hope. All things were pretty good. Most of our teams won and made us feel pretty good. Big games coming up this weekend right after Thanksgiving, but it is Thanksgiving Thursday, and there will be people who will not be able to celebrate it unless we are very, very successful with Hunger Free and the D. And that's the key. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that everybody who wants to can celebrate. And we know that more people than ever have been affected by the high inflation, about layoffs that Tom just mentioned, people losing their jobs and all of that. And yet people always step up realizing that no matter how bad they think they have it, they still have it better than so many other people. And those are the people we're trying to help. These are not necessarily unemployed people. These are the working poor. That's something that I wish we didn't even know that term, but we do now. There are people working who can't afford to do the things that a normal family can do. And they have to make decisions on whether they buy this prescription drug or pay for this turkey or whatever it might be.
It hit me, Paul, right between the eyes the other day. I was putting gas in my car, and you always notice what the numbers are in the person in front of you, and it was 5 gallons. And I started thinking about that. People don't have that kind of money to be able to fill their car up.
Right.
And they just do it partially as to get through the day, the week. So there's different ways that it hits us. That one hit me right between the eyes.
Oh, I bet it did.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when we used to get $5 worth of gas because that's all we could afford. But at least we got quite a bit of gas for that $5. Not so much the case anymore.
Back in our day, we could fill our car for
Yes,
$5.
That's exactly it.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Well, we're here and we're helping people, and we're helping people because of you. And I can't even begin to tell you how good it feels, the joy of giving, the joy of knowing that you've called us at 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or the joy of knowing that you've gone online to hungerfreeandthed.com, hungerfreeandthed.com, and you've made a donation that really is going to make a difference in people's lives. And by the way, I should mention again that thanks to the good work of our engineering staff, you can actually watch us and hear us on all the social media platforms, including WJR.com. And we're on video, we're on live, on camera, as well as on 760 WJR.
It's pro time because at Lowe's, it's Provember. Save big with inventory you can count on, like Flex products or DeWalt power tools starting at just $99. Plus, Lowe's MVPs members earn up to 3 times bonus points per dollar on select items. Save all Provember long. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. MVP's Pro Rewards Program. Terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty Terms. Subject to change. Prices valid from 10/17/22 to 2/3/23 or until supplies last.
Yellowstone, television's #1 show, is back on Paramount Network.
I, John Dutton, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the state of Montana against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Featuring an all-star cast led by Academy Award winner Kevin Costner.
The invasion is over.
They will fight you dirty.
Is there any other way?
As the Dutton family fights to protect their legacy, they'll learn power has a price.
Signing this is a declaration of war. We're already at war.
Yellowstone, new episodes Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Paramount Network.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my wife.
I only trust the guys with my home.
You'd think that would have bothered me. Maybe a little jealous, but no. Since my wife found the InsideOutsideGuys.com, I get to golf more, hunt more, and I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife and kids.
Aww.
A sincere thank you to the Inside Outside Guys.
For housing information you can trust, listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. or 24/7 at the InsideOutsideGuys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by Rove Pest Control.
Rove Pest Control, how can I help you?
A mouse just ran across my foot in my kitchen.
Uh-oh, what color was he?
Probably gray. But do I need to strap traps to my kids' feet or what?
Don't worry, we'll take over from here.
Well, what about its mouse friends, and mouse family, and stuff?
We'll take care of them too.
Call Rove Pest Control. That's Rove with a V, and get 50% off your initial visit. 248-988-9094 or visit rovepestcontrol.com. That's ROVE pestcontrol.com.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Police in Colorado Springs say at least 2 customers stopped a shooting at a gay nightclub Saturday night, one grabbing the shooter's handgun and hitting him with it. 5 people died, more are wounded. The shooting's being investigated as a hate crime.
This has been an area of concern in our country for years.
Colorado Springs Mayor John Suther.
It's a horrible crime, regardless of the motive.
He was on Fox. A week since the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students in an off-campus home, police say they have no suspects, no known motive.
Some of the victims had defensive wounds, and each victim was stabbed multiple times. There was no sign of sexual assault.
Moscow, Idaho Police Department Captain Roger Lanier says several people are cleared as suspects, including the 2 roommates home during the murders and somebody that gave 2 of the victims a ride home. Some of those victims had defensive wounds. All were stabbed several times. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
Rawsonville, both directions, northbound and southbound between March Road and Presidential Drive, has reopened. Still closed is Outer Drive, both directions between Chalmers and Newport Street. A multi-vehicle crash there. 696 eastbound at DeQuinder. New accident blocking the right lane. A slow ride from Cousins. On the flip side, 696 westbound after DeQuinder. Earlier crash there off to the right shoulder. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Nice warm up this week, but starting bitterly cold this morning. Cloudy skies, 24 degrees. A mix of clouds and sun today, a high of 41. Tonight, some clouds, overnight low 26. Sun and a few passing clouds on Tuesday, a high of 44 degrees. By Thanksgiving, we'll be at 47. Dana Clark, WJR traffic and weather first.
Your business is really a people business, isn't it? You need to hire employees, retain them, make sure their work environment is safe, and that your workforce is treated fairly and legally. Whether your employees are in the U.S. or another country, and the people business has become a lot more challenging in recent years, right? The great resignation, rising labor and healthcare costs, and a constantly changing compliance landscape. But our partners at Hylant can help. Hylant, that's Hylant. Hylant is one of the country's largest independently owned insurance brokerages. Based in Toledo, they have local offices here in Metro Detroit and Southeast Michigan. They can help your business at home and abroad improve workforce engagement and well-being, analyze and contain healthcare costs, satisfy duty of care requirements, and stay in compliance and out of trouble. They also broker workers' compensation insurance and offer safety program consultation. If you want help managing your people business, see what Highland has to offer at Highland.com. Hylant. Highland.com. The best. 734 at 760 WJR.
Your vehicle says a lot about your personality and style, but there's so much more behind it. Here's Exalta Color Manager Nancy Lockhart to tell us more.
Besides the outer beauty of your car, truck, or SUV, your exterior's coating has to be ready to be seen by LiDAR, radar, and camera systems. Like our 2022 Color of the Year Royal Magenta, colors create beauty and excitement on the vehicle, but unseen to the human eye are the functional properties that allow for autonomous technology and safe driving.
Exalta Coating Systems, makers of your favorite color. You could win car washes for an entire year with an unlimited Club Express exterior membership from Jack's Car Wash. Text keyword car wash to 800-859-0957 to be entered. That's keyword car wash as one word with no spaces to 800-859-0957. Standard message and data rates apply. For official rules, visit WJR.com. Wash your car as often as you want. The Jack's Unlimited Club. Plans start at $22.99.
Welcome back to WJR and the Chilani Family Foundation's Hunger Free in the D, the charity for the food insecure in and around Detroit that has already served millions of dollars in nutritious meals to your neighbors in need. Let's make it even bigger this year. Call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or go to the website, hungerfreeinthed.com. Once again, live from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, Paul W. Smith.
We talked about it. We'll keep talking about it. Where the money goes, it's very important. The money is going to Gleaners, where $1 equals 6 meals, thanks to the Chilani Family Foundation match. For every $10, it equals $20. For every $50, it equals $100. You give $100, it's worth $200. Whatever you can give matters. Gleaners distributed more than 47 million pounds of food, including 16 million pounds of fresh produce last year alone throughout the Southeast Michigan area. And then we've all heard about the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. We know that the Ahees, the Ahee family jewelers, Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers, have been very big supporters of the Capuchins, having big fundraisers for them throughout the year, and special one actually at Comerica Park every year now. They serve hundreds of nutritious meals, 6 days per week from the 2 meal program sites on Detroit's east side. The Capuchin Soup Kitchen serving more than 1,000 households per month at the Capuchin Services Center, Food Pantry, and Clothing Distribution Center. To tell us even more about the great work of the Capuchins is Brother Gary Wegner, who is sitting here with us. Nice to see you, brother.
Good morning. Glad to be here with you.
And Tom Chilani is here, and he knows a thing or two about what it takes to get things working, to run a business, which is what you're doing. You're running a business of love, but it's got to all be coordinated and run properly.
It's still a business. We have employees, we have bills to pay, we have contracts to negotiate. So all those sorts of things are a big part of it, not necessarily what others see, but they have an impact.
Well, they really do. And Tom Chilani, there was a reason you got involved with the charities that you got involved with, that you invited to be a part of. You help a lot of other charities. WJR helps a lot of charities, but the Gleaners and the Capuchin Soup Kitchens is extra special.
Well, the Capuchins have been a part of our family going back to my dad. So Jack Kelly, Councilman Kelly from Detroit, introduced my dad to Father Teal back in the late 60s, early 70s. There's pictures in our house of this. And that's how we got started as kids in our household, going down and visiting and volunteering. So it started with my parents and the Capuchins, and we've always been, supporters and believe in what they do. And if you ever go down there and volunteer, you really see and get a feel for the passion that's down there for people.
And brother, you depend on that.
Absolutely. We don't get any government funding. So everything we get is what is given to us by people like Tom Chilani, Peter Ahee, and others, as well as the people who write in and send us everything from $5 a month to very significant donations.
Which matter. And it's the only way you can do what you do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm appreciative of all the donations. I celebrate Mass sometimes on Sundays, and I'll have people come up to me after I've introduced myself as the director of the soup kitchen, and they'll give me a $20 bill and say, here, this is for the soup kitchen. Obviously, other than my thank you there's no letter to write. It's just in a $20 bill that I send on to our development office.
People give from the heart. They give that money. They're not looking for a tax write-off or anything, although it can happen if you make a substantial donation. You help them with that, obviously. But for most of us, it's just 20, 50, $100 going for the cause. And it does matter. The more, the merrier, the more, the better. But whatever amount you can come up with, and knowing on a special day like today with the Chilani Family Foundation, it's being matched. And that makes it extra special.
Boy, does it ever. I had somebody who called me and they were looking to give a donation, and then they said, I saw something about the Chilani Foundation match. So they pulled back the donation for a little bit so they can give it to get it matched.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very grateful.
You know, that's why we do this. We try to motivate people that are in the mood for giving to give to this charity because it's a match. I mean, you're doubling your money. I mean, even I look at it when I look at different charities that we're giving to. It motivates me at that given moment. Let's write the check.
Sure, absolutely. And you can do that right now, so to speak, by going to hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com, or you can call in. People are standing by to take your call. They came in early to take your call. 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD. And Brother Gary Wegner with us, along with Tom Chilani. And is it just me, or does it seem through COVID, through everything else that's been going on, it's even tougher now than it has been in the past? Now we have to add inflation, the cost of gasoline, the cost of any food you want to buy, including Thanksgiving dinner.
It really is. You know, with a lot of the folks who come to our Meldrum kitchen are really the poorest. They're the homeless. So inflation directly doesn't hit them because they don't have anything to get inflated. But the folks who are coming to our services center, which are often single-parent families, sometimes two-parent families, inflation is hitting them. We can see that. Those are the numbers that are really starting to go up.
Well, and we know, too, inflation is hitting the people listening right now when they're contemplating how they're going to spend some of their money. They know they want to donate some of their money. They're looking for the best places and ways to do that, given their own circumstances. And what we like to make very clear here with this Hunger Free in the D and the Chilani Family Foundation is that all of the money they donate, all of it goes to their choice, and they do get to choose either Gleaners or the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. None of it goes for any administrative costs at all. It goes directly for the food that's going to go directly to the people who need the food.
Yes. All the money that we get from this, we will use to purchase food. We'll use for a lot of our different activities at the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. And quite frankly, if I can put in a little plug for Jerry Brisson and Gleaners, money given to Gleaners, that helps us too.
Is that right?
Yes.
Because it comes from their food bank.
Exactly.
Well, Jerry's going to be here. You can thank him in person.
Oh, I will.
He'll be here.
He's on our ministry council now. I think if you remember from last year, Jerry and I have known each other since the 1980s.
Wow.
Wow.
He went to our high school for 2 years.
Okay. You didn't finish?
He transferred. He's not a dropout.
You got to watch Chilani there. He doesn't miss a moment for a shot. By the way, just getting a text from our friend Michael Murray. Semper Fi, Michael. Michael there at Hillsdale College just made a donation online, and he says, I challenge all my fellow Marines to do the same. Thankful for the Paul W. team. The Chilani family blessed me and blessed God. God blessed him in all his design. Semper Fi, he goes on to say. He's a Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine. So, fellow Marines, have you made your donation yet? You are being asked to do so by a fellow Marine. Michael Murray, the hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com, or call him at 855-315-3663. That's 855-315-FOOD. That's what it's all about. Brother Gary Wegner, thank you, sir, very much.
Thank you. It was good to be here, Paul.
Very nice having you here. And Tom Chilani, we wouldn't be here without all of your help in the Chilani Family Foundation. So I know you're sticking around as well.
Well, listen, let's also thank WJR and the team for promoting this event for the last few weeks. And we're going to make a lot of money today. But without your help, Paul, and the team's help, we wouldn't get there.
Well, here's hoping. God bless you for that. As we say, from your lips to God's ears, let's raise a lot of money today. This is the only time we're coming to you asking for this money for these two fabulous organizations. It is 7:44 at 760 WJR.
Once I believed if I tried enough, I would succeed, not yet knowing the vast extent of my world. My goals, my dreams, they change. And I believe I will continue finding purpose in everything I do.
You never actually own a Patek Philippe. You merely take care of it for the next generation. Begin your own tradition. Explore Patek Philippe timepieces exclusively at Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers.
And in fact, Ahee Jewelers is honored to be Michigan's exclusive Patek Philippe dealer. The Ahee family invites you to visit their elegant showroom filled with an impressive collection of Patek Philippe timepieces. Visit Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers on Mack Avenue between 7 and 8 Mile Roads in Grosse Pointe Woods. I will tell you this, if you aren't in the spirit yet for the holidays, if you don't feel it yet, you will when you step into Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers. And a quick note, on December 2nd, the Paul W. Smith Show will be broadcasting live from Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers in celebration of their 75th anniversary. Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers, again, your exclusive home, Michigan's exclusive Patek Philippe dealer, the finest timepieces in the world. It's 746 at 760 WJR.
Many years ago, I hired the wrong contractor. I was so stressed. I was driving my kids to a soccer game when I heard the guys for the first time. I went to the InsideOutsideGuys.com as soon as I parked. Since then, we've replaced our roof, furnace, water heater, and finished our basement, all done by the Inside Outside Guys team partners. When I need a contractor or just some advice, I go to InsideOutsideGuys.com. I only trust the guys with my home.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by Rove Pest Control.
Rove Pest Control, how can I help you?
A mouse just ran across my foot in my kitchen.
Uh-oh, what color was he?
Probably gray. But do I need to strap traps to my kids' feet or what?
Don't worry, we'll take over from here.
Well, what about its mouse friends, mouse family, and, stuff?
We'll take care of them, too.
Call Rove Pest Control. That's Rove with a V. And get 50% off your initial visit. 248-988-9094. Or visit rovepestcontrol.com. That's ROVE pestcontrol.com.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Blindstir.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindstir offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 45% off any order during Blindstir's Black Friday sale. Hurry, sale ends November 27th. Blindstir.com.
Outer Drive remains closed eastbound and westbound between Chalmers and Newport. Multi-vehicle crash has that shut down. Avoid the area. 696 westbound after DeQuinder. Watch for a wreck blocking the right lane. A 5-minute delay from Van Dyke. Eastbound 696 at DeQuinder. Accident blocking the right lane. A 15-minute delay from 75. Now WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Flame Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Flame Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, serving you since 1949. Garage disposal broken, toilet backed up. Flame can take care of all of your plumbing needs. Visit them at flamefurnace.com.
Not as cold for us here as we start off the business week, although temperatures still a bit below average today. Mix of clouds and sun, becoming windy this afternoon with strong gusty southwest winds, low 40s. 25 tonight, mix of clouds and sun, less wind, mid 40s tomorrow. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
Welcome back to WJR and the Chilani Family Foundation's Hunger Free in the D, the charity for the food insecure in and around Detroit that has already served millions of dollars in nutritious meals to your neighbors in need. Let's make it even bigger this year. Call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or go to the website, hungerfreeinthed.com. Once again, live from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, Paul W. Smith.
So, Sean, it was nearly 40 years ago, 1980, an estimated 83 million TV viewers tuned in to CBS primetime soap opera Dallas.
Wow.
To find out who shot JR.
Wow. That long ago, huh?
Over 40 was it? I can't do the math, but it's
42 years ago,
42
right?
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that as a little kid. It was everywhere. I remember they used to have magazine racks at the grocery store.
Sure.
And every cover of the magazine had JR or who shot JR. And
right.
It was incredible. That was really a cultural phenomenon.
It was. You probably don't remember who shot JR because you were too little.
It was the very good looking girl, right?
That would have been the whole cast,
Yeah.
I think. But it was J.R. Ewing's sister-in-law, Kristen Shepard.
I was right.
Yes, you were. All right, as we continue here at 7:50, 10 minutes away from 8 o'clock, this thing couldn't happen, this whole big deal, without Tom and Vicky Chilani, Dario Bergamo, the whole team of people that work so hard, our WJR team behind the scenes and in front of your ears and in front of your eyes. If you look online, you can see us at WJR.com and the various social media platforms. But it also takes these great sponsors. And we spoke to Bonner Upshaw earlier from Tryon Solutions. I think one of our biggest, if not our biggest sponsor, is on the other end of our line right now. He was the founder of Johnstone Supply and, in fact, is the major sponsor of this event, our friend Jeff Sheehan. Jeff, good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning, Paul W. How are you doing this morning?
I am doing well. I am remembering fondly August 11th, 2018, because that happens to be the date. It was my pleasure and privilege to bring you, Jeff, together with Deborah Romans as man and wife. And I was pleased to be there to officiate that wonderful ceremony. And it always makes me happy when I see the two of you out and about enjoying life very, very much in a very different way than you might have before you got married to each other. So it makes me feel good, Jeff.
It was a great life-changing event, and I was very happy that you could steer us in the right direction.
Well, I'm hoping that it helped. Meanwhile, I think you sold much of your business, but I believe your daughter Amber is continuing to be a part of that business. Do I remember this correctly?
That is correct. We sold the majority of it, but we still own a rather large chunk, and my daughter is still running the business as a family-owned business.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, tell me how you got involved back some time ago here with us for our Hunger Free in the D. Tell me a little bit of that background.
Well, I went to the first Cars and Cigars, and was always looking for some sort of charity to help out. And being there, just saw that 100% of the money that Tom, Vicky, and Dario raised actually goes to this great cause. And there's a million causes out there, and a lot of them maybe not as much money as you'd like to think would actually go to the cause that you're actually supporting. And that was a big driver. Plus, Tom, Vicky, and Dario, they're just great people. They give a lot of their time and energy and money to this cause. And, there's nothing more important than feeding our people that are less fortunate than ourselves. And so we got involved and help a little bit each year the best we can.
Well, you make a good point. Jeff Sheehan is here, founder of Johnstone Supply. He and his wife, Deborah, are the primary, actually the major sponsor of this event. They've been so very generous. But you know what I hear when I hear you talk about this, Jeff, that Tom and Vicky and the Chilani Family Foundation and Dario Bergamo, they also give us Cars and Cigars, which you brought up. We mentioned a little bit in the past, another bit of the fundraising to help not just the Chilani Family Foundation, but to help everybody that gets involved with that. And the cigars are a very big part of it. They're a lot of fun. They're out at Freedom Hill that Tom Chilani also has and owns. But the point is, these fundraisers, the way they come up with these things, like here we are at Palazzo de Bacci in Lake Orion, they're fundraisers too. People have fun raising funds, and I think that's important, and I think it matters to people. Certainly with Cars and Cigars at Freedom Hill and here at Palazzo de Bacci for Hunger Free in the D. So it's kind of an interesting thing that we raise money by having fun, and frankly, giving is rewarding anyway, but they've come up with a way to make it even more fun, and I think you found that to be the case, Jeff, as well.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because one of the biggest problems that Deborah and my daughter Amber have in doing the Cars and Cigars is that every year when you bring a family member or a friend or a customer, they want to come back the next year, which creates kind of an issue because there's only so many people you can bring,
Right,
you know,
right.
and we're up to 4 tables, I think is what it is, and that's really about the most we can actually bring. But we could fill those tables 3 times over, and it's because it's fun. And it's such a great organization that when people are there, even the ones that don't come back, if they can't come back, always want to give. And, you know, you don't see that very much in some sort of charitable organization. It just doesn't either happen. Either it's one of those things that you have to go to that is nice and everything else, but it's certainly maybe not as much fun. And everybody is looking forward to the Cars and Cigars. It's just an amazing event.
It is an amazing event, and there's something special about cigars that brings people together. And that certainly is the case with Cars and Cigars. It's sold out. I don't know where they could find a bigger venue than Freedom Hill, but I had no idea, Jeff, that you were buying 4 tables just to bring your friends and family. Good for you. And then you help here. And this is what we're talking about today, the 9th annual WJR Hunger Free in the D, presented by the Chilani Family Foundation. You donate very easily to hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com. And people got up extra early to answer the phones too at 855-315-FOOD. 855-315-3663 for this wonderful cause of making sure people who wouldn't have this food otherwise will have it, thanks to the work of Gleaners and Capuchin Soup Kitchen all year long. But this is the week where we come to people once a year and ask for their help, and a lot of people feeling very generous, understanding we're going into Thanksgiving, a time to be very grateful, to show gratitude for all that we have, and understanding that we have more than most. All of us do within the sound of my voice. There are people who don't have what we have, and we're helping them in any way that we can right now, today, and today's the only day. So Jeff Sheehan, to you and Deborah, we thank you for all your support, for all that you do, for all of the charitable work that is tied in with the Chilani Family Foundation. And I can't thank you enough. So I'll leave it at that, Jeff. Thanks so much.
Thank you, and have a great day, and let's raise a lot of money.
That's what we're hoping to do. Jeff Sheehan, the founder of Johnstone Supply, and our major sponsor for this event as we continue here on the Paul W. Smith Show at News Talk 760 WJR.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my wife.
I only trust the guys with my home.
You'd think that would have bothered me, maybe a little jealous, but no. Since my wife found the InsideOutsideGuys.com, I get to golf more, hunt more, And I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife and kids.
Aww.
A sincere thank you to the Inside Outside guys.
For housing information you can trust, listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. or 24/7 at theinsideoutsideguys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by Foundation Solutions 360.
Hi, I'm Joe at Foundation Solutions 360. Homes across Michigan fall victim to foundation problems. At Foundation Solutions 360, we provide foundation and crawl space repair with basement waterproofing that is 100% guaranteed at affordable prices. We're veteran-owned, built on integrity and trust. To keep your home dry, call 855-LEAK-360. That's 855-LEAK-360. Or visit us at FoundationSolutions360.com.
Terry Gilbert, owner of Second Story Collection, somehow you figured out how to become a custom framing, printing, and apparel one-stop shop for big and small businesses. Scalable.
Absolutely, Paul. We're very scalable. So whether it's a small business that's just looking for some corporate apparel, jackets, shirts, polos for their employees, or whether it's a large corporation that needs 4,000 polo shirts for a giveaway, regardless of what it is, we're very scalable.
And how do you coordinate making sure that all of these diverse needs get the second story detail that the client expects?
Really by listening to the customer. I mean, each customer, whether they're a small business or a large corporation, has very unique and specific needs. And again, building those relationships with the customers, listening to what they're looking for, and putting together a product or a program that fits their needs is what we specialize in.
Second Story Collection in Ferndale. Stop in or call. See why so many choose Second Story for their apparel and printing needs. Call 248-607-3595. That's 248-607-3595.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes. 760 WJR, Detroit. A Cumulus Media
Was
station.
hate his motive? I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News. That is under investigation in Colorado Springs after Saturday night's attack on an LGBTQ bar that left 5 people dead, at least 25 injured. This man hid in a dressing room.
But we heard everything. There was a third round of shots.
Some people in the bar stopped that gunman and injured him as they fought.
Thank God there were 2 people that work at Club Q that managed to detain the assailant. But if they hadn't, who knows? He could have busted through the door and killed us.
Here's Police Chief Adrian Vasquez.
The suspect has been identified as Anderson Lee Aldrich, a 22-year-old male.
Part of the investigation, Aldrich's arrest last year, accused of threatening to attack his mother. It's now 8 days since 4 University of Idaho students were found dead in a home. One of them will be laid to rest today, Ethan Chapin. While police have no suspect yet in Moscow, Fox's Christina Coleman is there.
Still a lot of people on edge. They're asking people to be patient with this investigation and to rely on them, authorities, for information, not to go off speculation or anything on the rumor mill online. 2 other students were in this 3-story, 6-bedroom house at the time of those murders. Those students are cooperating with police.
And those roommates have been cleared as possible suspects. NASA's new space capsule has just flown within 80 miles of the moon's surface on an unmanned test mission.
Preparing to bring humans back there within a few years. This is a game changer.
More than 54 million Americans are expected to travel for Thanksgiving. Most will drive and are getting a break at the gas pump. Analyst Shirley Lundberg says prices keep falling.
It's a total drop of 18 cents since the recent peak price 6 weeks ago.
AAA's national average for regular $3.66 a gallon, still 26 cents more than last year. Soccer's World Cup is underway. Iran versus England is just starting. They're in the same group as Team USA, which plays its first match against Wales at 2 p.m. Eastern today on Fox TV. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 45% off any order during Blindster's Black Friday sale. Hurry, sale ends November 27th. Blindster.com.
More brake lights out there right now this morning, still dealing with that closure along Outer Drive, eastbound and westbound between Chalmers and Newport. Avoid that area. Police are on the scene. Accident in Macomb along 696 eastbound at DeQuinder. Now that wreck blocking your right 3 lanes, a 15-minute delay from 75. New accident along 75 northbound after Clark Street. It is off to the right shoulder. Lodge a southbound slow go between Wyoming and Hamilton. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Festival of Trees. Set your hearts aglow at the amazing 38th Annual Festival of Trees now through November 27th at the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center in Dearborn. Enjoy beautifully decorated trees, a festive gift shop, kids' activities, Santa, and so much more. Visit FOT.org. Looks like things will be warming up this week. Definitely a cold start this morning, though. Cloudy skies, 24 degrees eventually. A high of 41 today, mixture of clouds and sun. Tonight, some clouds, low 26. Sunshine and a few passing clouds on Tuesday, a high of 44. Dana Clark, WJR Traffic and Weather first.
Hi, folks. Craig Hubble, General Manager at Crestview Cadillac in Rochester. Are you frustrated with hardly any cars to choose from or sky-high prices when you're car shopping? Please see me today. I have a ton of new Cadillacs in stock right here at Crestview Cadillac in Rochester. Over 100 in stock. I bet I have the exact Cadillac you really want right now. You know, my price will be unmatched. We can deliver your new Crestview Cadillac right to your door tonight. It's that easy. Please call us now. Pull in. See our huge selection right on Rochester Road or at CrestviewCadillac.com.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my wife.
I only trust the guys with my home.
You'd think that would have bothered me. Maybe a little jealous. But no. Since my wife found the InsideOutsideGuys.com, I get to golf more, hunt more, and I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife and kids.
Aww.
A sincere thank you to the Inside Outside Guys.
For housing information you can trust, listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. or 24/7 at the InsideOutsideGuys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by Granite Source of Michigan.
Hey, it's Jim Harper. I heard about Granite Source of Michigan on the Inside Outside Guys. I was blown away at the different granite, marble, and quartz options they have. One of the easiest ways to upgrade your kitchen, bath, bar, or fireplace is with a new countertop. Granite Source of Michigan is the best in fabrication and installation for custom natural stone countertops and backsplashes. So check them out on the web and get a free edging upgrade with the purchase of a new kitchen countertop. GraniteSourceOfMichigan.com.
You're just in time for one of the most successful charity events in Michigan to help feed the food insecure. It's WJR and Chalani Family Foundation's 9th annual Hunger Free in the D with Paul W. Smith. This is your opportunity to help. Every dollar goes to Gleaners Community Food Bank and the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. Just $1 provides 6 nutritious meals to a Detroit area child in need. Call 855-315-FOOD to donate. That's 855-315-3663. Or do it online at hungerfreeinthed.com. Now from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, here's Paul.
And the team is here and helping out on this Monday, November 21st, the 325th day of 2022. There are 40 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. 40 days left in the year. Not that many hours left now to help out in our 9th annual Hunger Free in the D, presented by WJR, the Chalani Family Foundation. And we are happy to be here at this wonderful event, this Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion. I mentioned earlier that there are a lot of places raising money. When the Chalanis are involved, it's raising money and having fun. And that happens to Cars and Cigars. That happens here for Hunger Free in the D, helping out the people in so many ways. In a moment, we'll say hi to Jerry Brisson, the Gleaners Community Food Bank CEO. You hear him on WJR on Food First Sundays at 9 p.m. and on their podcast all the time, along with Phil Knight. Dario Bergamo will be checking in as well. And you can see us, not just hear us, but see us at WJR.com and all the usual social media sites, because we're broadcasting live, not just on our microphones on 760 WJR, but also on camera. So join us for that as well. And I'm going to check in right away with Marie Osborne, who is here along with Lloyd Jackson and the team. And she's got some numbers for us, which we're all ears about.
We do have some numbers. It's been a busy morning on the phones this morning. We're happy to report, but we always have room for more calls. Right now, our total is 115 $15,000 that we've brought in just this morning since 6 o'clock. We're delighted by that.
Yeah.
Now the match, though, that makes that $230,000 thanks to the Chilani Foundation and their generosity. So we've got a little more work to do, though.
Well, we
Paul.
still have matching money
You've
available.
got it. It's on the table.
If we're at 115,000 without a match, that means we still have quite a bit of money left in for the match. And you understand how that works. You make a $20 donation, it's worth $40 of food and giving. You make a 50, it's 100. 100's 200. I don't have to go through the whole thing. You are all better at math than I am. But it is the time that we come to you. This is the week that we come to you. This is the day that we come to you. It all ends as of today. And so we want you to be sure not to miss out and to feel how good it feels to give. The joy of giving is not just a saying, it's a reality. And being philanthropic and teaching your children about that, that will carry them for the rest of their lives as well. It's all very, very good, all very important. And it's a part of feeling grateful and celebrating being grateful. And gratefulness is so very important. It will change your life once you get a hold of that idea. Sure, we can complain about this or that or whatever we don't have. Look at what you do have and realize you have so much more than so many. And now you share that with other people. And it's going to feel great. I can promise you that. So please join us. Go to hungerfreeandthed.com, hungerfreeandthed.com, or call 855-315-3663. 855-315-FOOD. And Jerry Brisson is here, the Gleaners Community Food Bank CEO, who, along with Phil Knight, told us what food insecurity was all about way back when on their Food First program, Sundays at 9 p.m. on WJR. But your podcasts are on all the time.
That's right. And, we're still doing the work. We're not food secure statewide yet, but we get a little bit closer every year, And certainly our efforts today are part of the reason we can get closer. You said it so well, Paul W. Giving gives back, right? And once you get the ball rolling and people realize what a good thing it is, all I want to do is assure people that the people coming to get help, they're working hard to make ends meet. We want kids and families to thrive. And every dollar is 6 meals for those struggling families, and it matters to them, and it helps people be as successful as they can be.
First time Marie mentioned that, I went, what? $1 gets 6 meals? That's astonishing. You've certainly made some great relationships and great friends along the way, as have the Capuchins at the Soup Kitchen. And some of the friends include the people who are involved here, also involved with Cars and Cigars, as well as this Hunger Free and the D and the Chilani Family Foundation, and that's Dario Bergamo. Our friend Dario is just at the other end of this table. Hi, Dario.
Hi, good morning, Paul, and really thanks for everything you do. I mean, can you believe 9 years have went by?
I can't.
I don't know where the time goes.
It is astonishing. And how much was it? Did I hear 4 million so far? Is that what we had leading up to today?
For this program, for Hunger Free and the D.
For Hunger Free and the D. Yeah, that so doesn't even count Cars and Cigars.
Does not even count Cars and Cigars and those other 30 charities that we provide funds to.
Yeah, really something. How'd you get involved in this, Dario? What made you do this?
Well, Tom and I have been doing things since the 90s. We actually did a big wine event called Treasures from the Cellar for arts education for young people around and, underprivileged kids around southeastern Michigan. So we did that with Fan Club Arts Foundation out of Royal Oak for a number of years. We had wine auctions. And then, as you know, our families go way back.
Well, you were saying to me that you were in grade school, you were friends, but you were like the big brother who looked out for Tom. That's what you said. I don't know.
I don't know about that, but I know I have to look after him on the bocce court today. Since we're defending champs, Paul.
Oh, are you?
In case you didn't know
that.
I
didn't know that because I always have to leave. I can never stay for the whole thing, but
we've been close before, but last year we went.
Well,
we made it over the hump. So we got everybody taking shots at us about what's going to happen later today. But our families go way back, and my mom and Tom's Aunt Rosemary go back to Nativity Grade School, 1935 kindergarten, 1948 they graduated from Eastern. So the family's been down around the Capuchins, and my father is right there by you, Jerry, at Meldrum in Kirchville. The second house is still standing there today. So, my dad made all 3 of his sacraments with Father Solanas.
Beautiful. I want to do, because I don't want to run out of time. There's somebody in our family that's hurting. They've been a part of this from the beginning. Give us the latest on Matt Herzl, Matt and Karen. Tell us how Matt's doing.
Yeah, Matt's my dear friend, obviously. So he's putting up a courageous fight, with the cancer. So he's a past champion here. 3 years ago, his team won it. And we wish he were here with us today, but he's always participated in Cars and Cigars and is very generous, big heart, both of them. And my very dear friend. So if you're listening out there, Sniper, they call him the Sniper because he was so good with the bocce balls.
Maybe Matt well, Matt and Karen. Maybe you want to make a donation in their name. It's not a bad thing to do. It's a wonderful tribute.
I know he would do it for somebody else.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you brought us up to date with that. Give us a call, please, at this 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD, or go online at hungerfreeinthed.com and help out people who can genuinely use the help, and they're going to get it from Jerry Brisson, Gleaners Community Food Bank CEO. Jerry will be listening Food First with you and Phil Knight, Sundays at 9, and your podcast is on right now. And also you're helping Capuchin Soup Kitchen. God bless you all for doing what you're doing, and that includes our listeners. As we continue on WJR at 8:14. Medicare annual enrollment is underway, and as so many of you know, choosing the right coverage can be very confusing and frustrating. It should not be, but it is. There's so much conflicting information out there, not to mention the scams and the high-pressure sales tactics. How do we make sense of it? Well, we need an expert, like our friend Chris Alberta from Principium. Chris and his team are the experts on all your Medicare options. Avoid the scams and the pitfalls and talk to our Medicare expert and retirement planner, Chris Alberta at Principium. It's been a while since we looked out at the financial and economic landscape and saw nothing but warm sunshine and smooth blacktop on the horizon. And our friend and retirement planner, Chris Alberta at Principium, always reminds us that an ideal retirement portfolio is like a 2-car garage, 1 part SUV, 1 part sports car. And when the weather's bad, you turn to the big 4-wheel drive truck. It's safe and can get you through the storm. When the sun is up, nothing feels better than dropping the top on that sports car, punching the gas. That's what's missing in the financial world, the long-lost balance between safety and growth, the retirement model that can have far less risk than the markets themselves, but all the horsepower to still put a smile on your face. Call Chris Alberta at Principium. Set up a complimentary visit. Examine your objectives and fill that retirement garage with all the safety and power you'll ever need. And check out my special interview with Chris. We talk all things Medicare. It's a video that I think will be very helpful to you, and you'll be very happy when you get it free by texting 800-859-0957, 800-859-0957. They're going to send you a video of that discussion, and I'm telling you, it really helps. And it's free, 800-859-0WJR. Or you can call Chris right now if you'd like. Get on the list. Get this thing free. It's going to help. 888-800-8949 for Chris Alberta. 888-800-8949. 817 at 760 WJR.
It's pro time because at Lowe's, it's Provember. Save big with inventory you can count on, like Flex products or DeWalt power tools starting at just $99. Plus, Lowe's MVPs members earn up to 3 times bonus points per dollar on select items. Save all Provember long. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. MVP's Pro Rewards Program terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty terms. Subject to change. Prices valid from 10/17/22 to 2/3/23 or until supplies last.
Yellowstone, television's #1 show, is back on Paramount Network.
I, John Dudley, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the state of Montana against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Featuring an all-star cast led by Academy Award winner Kevin Costner.
The invasion is over.
They will fight you dirty.
Is there any other way?
As the Dutton family fights to protect their legacy, they'll learn power has a price.
Signing this is a declaration of war. We're already at war.
Yellowstone. New episodes Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Paramount Network.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has you covered for all your custom printing, just in time for the holidays. And right now at Staples, you can save 40% on custom holiday cards and invitations. In-store and online. Offer ends 12/17. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Explore more at Staples, the working and learning store.
New accident along 94 westbound after US 23. That collision in Washtenaw has you backed up for 10 minutes from at least Michigan Avenue. 696 eastbound at DeQuinder. Earlier accident is clear. Slight delays from 75. 75 northbound after Clark. Watch for a wreck that is blocking that right shoulder. Outer Drive remains closed both directions between Chalmers and Newport Street. Avoid the area. Police are on the scene. Multi-vehicle crash. Now WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet. Buying or leasing a vehicle today can be almost impossible unless you buy the Gordon Chevrolet way. Find what you want now, lock in your price. Voted best of the best by the Detroit Free Press. Ford Road, just west of Merriman and Garden City. Gordon Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Not as cold for us today as we were yesterday, although temperatures still a bit below average. Mix of clouds and sun. Windy out there today, especially this afternoon with a strong gusty southwest wind. Highs in the low 40s. Partly cloudy, cold, middle 20s tonight. Mix of clouds and sun, less wind, mid 40s tomorrow. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ken Boone on Newstalk 760 WJR.
Welcome back to WJR and the Chilani Family Foundation's Hunger Free in the D, the charity for the food insecure in and around Detroit that has already served millions of dollars in nutritious meals to your neighbors in need. Let's make it even bigger this year. Call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or go to the website, hungerfreeinthed.com. Once again, live from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, Paul W. Smith.
So nice being here and seeing old friends that some of them just seem to always show up when there's need. And that's the truth. There's great need here this year with our Hunger Free in the D. Last figure Marie gave us was $115,000, which is great. Thank you for that. And then that'll be matched by the Chilani Family Foundation, which means we still have plenty of room to get more money and still make the match. Your $25 donation equals 50. 50 equals 100. You know how it works. And it means a lot at a time like this. It also means a lot when we look around and see the people who help us. And that's the two guests that are standing by right now at the end of my table. And it's great to see our old friend Tom Middlebrun, the executive director of the National Electric Contractors Association. We affectionately call them NECA. And you'll notice I'm wearing my NECA shirt that you gave me last year.
You look very handsome this morning, Paul.
Here's why I'll be wearing it every day. Somebody said, that shirt really makes you look thin. It'll be on me all the time now. No one will take this shirt off me. And also friend Jim Peltier, assistant business manager of Electrical Workers, IBEW Local 58. I feel you can't have one without the other.
Good morning, Paul. You got that right.
Nice to have you.
Absolutely.
And by the way, guys, thanks for having me out. I can't remember what the occasion was, but I was out at your training facility. And I can't believe the training these young men and women get at this facility to get them ready for these excellent jobs that they can get when they're associated with you guys.
Well, we were very happy you were out there, Paul. You know, your wingman, Frank Beckman, had been out there several times, right? Broadcasted from there. So we're very glad you got to see what he was talking about all these years.
And he was very much on your side, as am I, and especially helpful when we see everything that is out there. It's just astonishing to train these kids, and they walk into a spectacular job right off the bat.
Absolutely. And I would like to take an opportunity, as soon as you brought up the training center, Paul, to let people know that today is an opportunity for people to go on our Detroit EITC.org website, and they can apply for our low voltage sound and communication classification. So if you're interested in that, today's the day.
What makes today is there like a deadline, or you have to do it today, or what's?
It's one day for this particular classification.
I got you.
You got it.
All right. So EITC website.
Detroit, EITC.org.
Detroit, EITC.org. Okay.
You got it.
That's great news. That's excellent news, because these are really good jobs with really good pay.
For sure. Absolutely. And our members, on behalf of Paul Van Oss, our business manager, and the members and families of IBW Local 58, we're extremely happy to be invited back and to participate in Hunger and the D again, along with our partners, Tom and Nika. And we know that there's a big need in our community. I was listening to your broadcast on the way in, Paul, and you guys had mentioned you were talking to Tom Chelani about people who are employed but aren't making enough to be able to purchase things today, right? So we like to refer to them as the underemployed, right? So there's a need across the board for sure. We're
There
happy
is.
to be a part of it.
It isn't people who have no job at all. Oftentimes, it's people who are underemployed.
You got it.
And who face the same problems. And there are more and more of those people now, with inflation the way it is and everything else. So good for you, Jim Peltier, the Assistant Business Manager, Electrical Workers, IBEW Local 58. And I only was half joking when I said, Tom Middlebrun, that you can't have one without the other. Kind of like at a Michigan game when they play the two songs. What is it, Sean? The Hawaiian War Chant? And what's the other one?
Seven Nation Army. Is that the other one that they do?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I hope not. I can't remember. What is the other song that they always?
Oh, Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Brightside?
Yeah.
No wonder I didn't remember that one. But anyway, the point is, I never see either of you without either of you. So it's always a great partnership, IBEW Local 58 and NECA, the National Electrical Contractors Association. Tom Middlebrun, how did that happen?
Our partnership, Paul, has been going on for well over 100 years, and we can't have one without the other, because, you know, our contractors get hired by the customers, but we can't do the work without our skilled electrical workers.
So when you were there 100 years ago and celebrated this thing, it must have been, I couldn't say it with a straight face. It must have been fabulous. But I'm so glad that that's continued 100 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a little over for Jim. IBW's been around about
131 years.
Oh my!
Yeah, I think Nika's a little bit behind, about 120. So
yeah,
jeez. Well, it's great, and you're getting, because when I was there, I saw a bunch of, I'll call them kids. I can call them kids. A bunch of young people who were there, young men, young women, who were bright-eyed and ready to go and learning and knowing that they were on their way to a spectacular career that would lead to six-figure earnings.
Absolutely. It's our crown jewel over there. And as Tom said, we can't do it without each other. We jointly, administer that our facility over there, and they are great wages and benefits, and we can't do it without that school.
So how did you guys get involved in Hunger Free and the D? You remember?
Well, it all started a long time ago, and I was telling Jim this story when I first met Tom and Dario. Of course, there was golf involved, but that it worked out to be very fortunate. And of course, as things progressed, they do fabulous things, Tom and Vicky and Dario, with Hunger Free and the D, Cars and Cigars, and of course, Nika and IBW together are fortunate enough to support, helmets and hard hats with a heart, our veterans, Habitat for Humanity. We live and work in this community, and we want to be participants.
And you both have been participants in lots of different charitable ways. This happens to be one of them. We think of it as one of the more important ones when you consider what Capuchin Soup Kitchens and Gleaners do day in and day out, and the number of people they be sure eat properly. They are certain to help them with meals as well as shelter and a whole bunch of other ways. So it's not a surprise that Tom Middlebrun, Executive Director, National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Jim Peltier, Assistant Business Manager, Electrical Workers, IBEW Local 58, are doing this. By the way, before I run out of time, I want to mention that Jennifer, your Jennifer, I say, was a very fine recipient of one of our Women Who Lead for this year. So Friday, she got a special acclamation and award as the 12th school of women who lead.
That's
Yes,
fantastic.
I just wanted you guys to know, and I think you should call her after the program.
Well, I would like to say we're very proud of her, but most of all, we're very fortunate to have her with us.
I would say both.
Absolutely.
You should be proud of her, and you are very fortunate to have her. That is the truth. Anything else in the 30 seconds we have left? Anything that you want to get out there that I didn't ask you about or whatever?
No, I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully everybody stays safe, has a good one.
And I would just like to thank Tom and Vicky and Dario and the team at WJR for everything you do for all the charitable organizations in our great state of Michigan.
Thanks for that. We appreciate what you're doing. Tom Middlebrun of NECA and Jim Peltier, IBEW Local 58. As we continue on this very special edition of the Paul W. Smith Show at WJR, call us right now. Be a part of all of this. 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663.
Welcome to Spotlight on Excellence with Wayne State University Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Mark Kornblue. Mark, earning a degree in healthcare is more demanding than ever. How does Wayne State prepare its undergrads for this rigorous journey?
It starts with our many top-ranked pre-health class offerings. Outside the classroom, our pre-med and health science center gives students a huge opportunity for success.
How so?
Well, the center offers prerequisite advising, academic support, and professional development to prepare students for these competitive healthcare programs. And our center staff are experts, some who've been on selection committees of the med school and other programs.
Experts who know how to guide because they've been there?
Exactly. They advise students one-on-one, provide workshops, and even arrange mentorships. As a result, our students stand out against competition.
And your reputation in healthcare speaks for itself.
Thanks. Wayne State produces well-qualified graduates ready to lead the way in healthcare. We're very, very proud of that.
Thanks, Mark. To learn more about Wayne State's pre-health degrees, go to go.wayne.edu/advising22. You could win car washes for an entire year with an unlimited Club Express exterior membership from Jack's Car Wash. Text keyword car wash to 800-859-0957 to be entered. That's keyword car wash as one word with no spaces to 800-859-0957. Standard message and data rates apply. For official rules, visit WJR.com. Wash your car as often as you want. The Jack's Unlimited Club. Plans start at $22.99.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Ethan Chapin's funeral is today. He's one of 4 University of Idaho students stabbed to death in an off-campus home a week ago yesterday.
Moscow's police chief says the department has no suspect, no murder weapon, and no clear motive. One prosecutor in the case saying, quote, I have heard nothing to indicate that they have identified a viable suspect or heard of evidence that could lead to a suspect.
Fox's Brooks Singman. NASA's Orion spacecraft has just skimmed 80 miles above the moon's surface on course to enter the moon's orbit next. Taylor Swift is the American Music Awards Artist of the Year for the 7th time.
I love you more than I can say. I cannot express how unbelievable it is to me that I still get to do this and that you still care.
The show on ABC. She wins all 6 awards for which she was nominated. The winners are voted on by fans. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Mucinex DM. Say goodbye to retaking medicine every few hours. Buy Mucinex DM to get cough and chest congestion relief for 3 times longer than typical 4-hour cough and chest congestion medicines. That's 3 times longer relief for chest congestion and cough. Nothing lasts longer. Among OTC cough and cold medicines, use as directed.
94 westbound after US 23 accident, seeing delays from at least Michigan Avenue, a 7-minute backup there. 75 northbound after Clark Street, watch for a wreck that is blocking the right shoulder. Outer Drive remains closed eastbound and westbound between Chalmers and Newport Street. Avoid the area. Multi-vehicle crash has police on the scene. 8-minute backup in the construction zone along 696 westbound between Evergreen and 275. The road there reduced to just 2 lanes. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. By the end of the week, by Thanksgiving, things are really starting to heat up around here. Temps rebounding back into the normal range after snow on the ground today will definitely melt over the next couple of days. Some clouds and some sun today, a high of 41 tonight, cloudy conditions, low 26. Warmer on Tuesday, sun and clouds, a high of 44. Clear skies, 27 degrees. Dana Clark, WJR traffic and weather first.
Many years ago, I hired the wrong contractor. I was so stressed. I was driving my kids to a soccer game when I heard the guys for the first time. I went to the InsideOutsideGuys.com as soon as I parked. Since then, we've replaced our roof, furnace, water heater, and finished our basement, all done by the Inside Outside Guys team partners. When I need a contractor or just some advice, I go to InsideOutsideGuys.com. I only trust the guys with my home.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by Rove Pest Control.
Rove Pest Control, how can I help you?
A mouse just ran across my foot in my kitchen.
Uh-oh, what color was he?
Probably gray. But do I need to strap traps to my kid's feet or what?
Don't worry, we'll take over from here.
Well, what about its mouse friends and mouse family and, stuff?
We'll take care of them too.
Call Rove Pest Control. That's Rove with a V, and get 50% off your initial visit. 248-988-9094 or visit rovepestcontrol.com. That's ROVE pestcontrol.com.
If you need a new furnace or if you have a furnace problem, you really should call Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Or maybe you've been thinking about installing a whole house generator, more affordable than ever, or adding an electric vehicle charging hookup. It'll make a real difference in charging your EV. Or frankly, any kind of electrical work done. You need to call Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Since 1968, this local family-owned business has been serving the needs of Metro Detroit homeowners and businesses. Plus, I know the care and attention they put into every call, every job, every customer. I've known the family for a very, very long time. It all started with my relationship with George Klempert. The torch has been passed. It's still in the family now with his daughter, Crystal, and son-in-law, Dan Palco. They are running the operation now seamlessly and smoothly. Dan and Crystal Palco with Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, still being family-owned and operated. I like the fact, too, that still none of their people work on commission, so they're not going to try to sell you something you don't need or want. So, again, if you need a new furnace, service, or maintenance, or a whole house generator, electric vehicle charging, hookup, or any kind of electrical work done, like adding security lights, fan, additional outlets, upgrading your electrical panel or circuits, call the family. That's Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, still family-owned and operated, with 3 Metro locations. Learn more online at familyheating.com. That's familyheating.com. 8:35 at 760 WJR.
Welcome back to WJR and the Chilani Family Foundation's Hunger Free in the D, the charity for the food insecure in and around Detroit that has already served millions of dollars in nutritious meals to your neighbors in need. Let's make it even bigger this year. Call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or go to the website, hungerfreeinthed.com. Once again, live from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, Paul W. Smith.
So good to see so many nice people out here that are a part of the program who have been big contributors for a very long time. And that would include Matt Simoncini, his lovely wife, Mona, and his lovely daughter, Sydney.
Thanks, Paul.
When I wrote Sydney's name into my phone, I wrote that she was 12 years old. How old is Sydney now?
In another month, she'll be 25, Paul.
Oh, my God.
Time flies. Time flies for all of us.
It really does fly. Well, lovely Sydney, lovely Mona, and, of course, Matt Simoncini, who we all first met as a CEO at Lear Corporation. Now Ray Scott and his lovely wife, Maria, taking over the job there. And Matt Simoncini has not stopped doing good things.
Thank you, Paul. It's great to be
continue.
back.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have you here.
Well, and we mentioned this in the past, Detroit is my hometown, born and raised, and the needs in the community remain great. And so as we've had this era of prosperity and development in the city of Detroit, there's still those that don't have the basic needs. And that's why we stay involved in the community and organizations like this and Chilani Family Foundation, Cars and Cigars, and the bocce tournament, because we're able to help those in dire need.
And again, it's a hallmark of Tom and Vicky Chilani and Dario Bergamo with these fundraisers. It's fun. It's
Yes.
fundraising too.
We were just saying that, and we've all been part of organizations and galas and events and what have you that are not totally pleasant to be a part of.
That's a nice way of putting it.
And,
Yeah.
and I mean, how many events like Cars and Cigars actually sell out? People are clamoring for tickets to attend because it is fun and it is a good time, and there's a lot of money that's raised for those in need. So yeah, it's been a great concept that Tom, Vicky, and Dario put in place, and which you've been a huge part of too, Paul.
Well, I'm happily have been here from the beginning, back to when they were talking about getting semi trucks full of frozen turkeys to give away, and then they thought there has to be a better way because it's not easy.
Well, those
handing
trucks
out-
straight from Tyson Foods right into
Yes.
Detroit. Yeah,
Right. So I'm happy to help, and happy that we have a general manager, Steve Finateri, our boss. I mentioned this at Hobnobble Gobble. He's the quiet power behind. You don't hear from him a lot because he's the quiet power behind the scenes. Without him, we couldn't have done Ann Thomas's Women Who Lead, which is what we did Friday. We couldn't do Hobnobble Gobble with Tony Michaels, which we did Saturday. And we couldn't do this, Hunger Free in the D, today. So, I mean, you need leadership that allows you to do that. When you're doing things that don't necessarily make money for the radio station, but are the right thing to do.
Well, it is the Great Lakes, the
Great voice of the Great Lakes.
Thank you for correcting me. It's a pillar in the community and has been since my childhood and before my childhood. And so in Detroit, we're so fortunate that we have these organizations that give, whether it's Blue Cross, DTE, General Motors, Ford, the pillars in the community that provide and provide leadership. And I think at WJR, and of course you, Paul, for doing that, whether it's your outing and all the many, many causes that you contribute your time to.
You mentioned other people. You mentioned Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, another place in my heart, because Dan Lepp's been very helpful, very good to me.
Fellow East Sider.
I was just going to say, didn't I remember that the two of you were East Siders?
Yeah, we grew up together.
You grew up together, and both of you grew up to have fabulous positions in the community, and used those positions to springboard off into helping so many other people. Both of you.
Well, thank you. And in Danny's case, it was based on skill. Mine was totally based on luck and good timing. But we both have a commitment to this town and to the city of Detroit. And of course, the East Side has a special place in our heart.
Yeah, well, it should. You've got sitting right next to you, Marie Osborne. And I'm hoping she has some more good news to share with us in terms of how things are going so far.
Going well, Paul. The phones are definitely ringing at 855-315-FOOD. That's 855-315-3663. You can be a part of the magic here. Maybe share some of the goodness this week as we celebrate Thanksgiving. The total right now is $123,000, Paul. So that means we've still got a little money left.
Some work to do.
Yeah, we have some work to do.
Money left on the table here in terms of the matching funds.
We don't want to have money left on the table.
We don't ever want to leave money on the table.
And if I can encourage, even if it's just $5, that provides a meal. $6 provides a meal. You'll be providing a meal to somebody. And so I encourage everybody listening to try to dig deep. And I know much is asked of you, but let's close that gap this morning.
And let's face it, that as you say, that $5 is worth $10 thanks to the match.
That's right.
You don't want to miss the match. We'll be doing the match through the end of this program. We will have a total at the end of this program. And when the All Talk guys come on, you'll still be able to make your donations, but they're moving on with their show, and we're moving on with the fundraising. So if you've been thinking about it for these last almost 3 hours, now would be the time to make the call to go online and to help out people with our 9th annual hungerfreeinthed.com, hungerfreeinthed.com, or the number 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD. I'm urging you to make that call or go online now and make that donation. get that matching money that the Chelanis have, and let's get it as high as we possibly can get it.
Absolutely, Paul.
Matt, I want to thank you very, very much for all you do. Give our best to Mona and little Sydney, who's no longer 12, but 25.
Thank you, Paul.
And,
have a great Thanksgiving.
And you have a great Thanksgiving. And thanks for, even though you have, I'm putting up quotation marks, retired, you're still so very active and helpful in our community.
I like to call it unemployment. And I encourage it.
God bless you, Matt Simoncini, and for all you do and continue to do from your days there at Lear, and handed off the mantle some time ago to Ray Scott, doing a nice job now running Lear, and his lovely wife Maria, also very involved in a variety of charitable organizations and operations. We thank you for that. Coming up, Tom and Vicki Celani, the founders of the Celani Family Foundation, and we'll get some figures here. I want you in on those figures, and I want you to get that matching money. We want to use it all up. We have $200,000 of it to use, and we haven't yet. So, boy, if you could help now, we'd really appreciate it. Here on the Paul W. Smith Show, special edition at Palazzo de Bacci in Lake Orion. Stay with us. All righty. I've mentioned it before, and I'm going to mention it again. And you've heard this because this commercial somehow ends up at the end of our show. So we're going to fix that so people that are listening earlier can understand and be a part of it as well. But we're talking about our fabulous vacation coming up. It's Paul W. and Kim's Dream Vacation. I think it's number 7. And it's going to be Paris and Bordeaux, September 29th through October 10th. It is going to be maybe the best, certainly one of the best vacations we've taken with our WJR Travel Club. It's the WJR Travel Club that you can find online, WJRTravelClub.com, and get information, see the brochure. You can also call Cruise and Tour, the people who put these things together and know what they're doing. They really know what they're doing. They give us a fabulous trip with no hassles, no problems. They take care of everything. It's going to be September 29th through October 10th, 2023. It is a, without question, 5-star luxury vacation. We love Uniworld, this river cruise company that we're dealing with, and we will be on their river cruise. And then that's 7 nights aboard Uniworld's SS Bon Voyage, and then a night at a Chateau Mont Royal Chantilly, and then 2 nights in the heart of Paris. That's the extra you get with the Kim and Paul W. Smith Dream Vacation. But it's going to run out. They're going to run out of, that's what's great about a riverboat. It's like only 127 people or something. I mean, it's a small group. We already have over 65. We're going to take over that whole boat, and we want you to help us with that. And you'll be traveling with like-minded people, fellow listeners to WJR. I'm happy to see Dennis and Mary are coming back. Kim's mom, Erlene, is going to be there. My sister-in-law, our sister-in-law, Bernie, is back. And people get to know these people as we go through Bordeaux, Cadillac, Saint-Emilion, and more. Wine lovers, foodies, history buffs. You're going to love it. Be a part of it. Call right now, 800-383-3131. Don't miss out. This is going to be one of the best vacations ever. 1-800-383-3131 in the WJRTravelClub.com. September 29th through October 10th, 2023. 5-star luxury vacation in Paris and Bordeaux. We look forward to being with you. It's 8:46.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my wife.
I only trust the guys with my home.
You'd think that would have bothered me, maybe a little jealous, but no. Since my wife found the InsideOutsideGuys.com, I get to golf more, hunt more, and I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife and kids.
Aww.
A sincere thank you to the Inside Outside Guys.
For housing information you can trust, listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. or 24/7 at the InsideOutsideGuys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you by Motor City Floors and Coatings.
Hi, it's Paul W. Do you have a garage or basement that had an epoxy floor coating applied and it started to peel, chip, and fade?
Well, Motor City Floors and Coatings have completely changed the concrete coatings world with their own polyurea polyaspartic coating system, making it more durable and longer lasting than those old epoxies. That's why we had them out to coat our basement's concrete floor. To get on Michigan's most preferred concrete coating company's fall or winter schedule, visit MotorCityFloorsandCoatings.com. That's MotorCityFloorsandCoatings.com, powered by Mr. Coatings.
Gary Morowski, President, Flame Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Reaching out with a Christmas gift you can't pass up. Install a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system before November 30th. At no charge, Flame will supply and install a new 40-gallon water heater. Flame secures permits on all work performed. Flame has over 100 trucks to serve you 24/7, 365. One other thing, $2,500 in rebates on top of a free water heater. Flame also takes care of any plumbing, drain staking, or electrical needs. Backup generators are our specialty. Flame is our name, service is our game. I guarantee it.
At Blue Cross Blue Shield, we were just talking about them with Matt Simoncini and Dan Lepp, but at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, their focus is all about serving their members by providing the best coverage and member experiences. In fact, in recognition, Blue Cross has been awarded the 2022 J.D. Power Award for having the highest member satisfaction among commercial health plans in all of Michigan. For 83 years now, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan has been serving Michigan and its communities by providing coverage and resources that support wellness across the state, in person or in your pajamas. Blue Cross offers virtual care for both physical and mental health visits, along with a 24-hour nurse line with experts standing by, ready to help answer members' questions anytime, anywhere. And with the Blue Cross mobile app, members have instant personalized information and support to help track their coverage and claims. If you're looking for the right health plan to support you, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan is always ready to help. For J.D. Power 2022 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Your last opportunity to get your money in on the last figure we're going to give you of the day. You will still be able to call in and go online and make contributions when the All Talk boys are on, Tom Jordan and Kevin Dietz, but the Radiothon itself will be over. So get in now and be a part of the $200,000 match that Tom and Vicky Chilani and the Chilani Family Foundation have put together. Donate now at hungerfreeinthed.com. That's hungerfreeinthed.com, or call 855-315-FOOD. That's 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD. It's 850 at 760 WJR.
WJR traffic and weather first.
94 westbound after US 23. Earlier accident in that area is clear. About a 18-minute delay from Michigan Avenue. 75 northbound after Clark. A wreck remains on that right shoulder. Now WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Sponsored by Festival of Trees. Set your hearts aglow at the amazing 38th Annual Festival of Trees. Now through November 27th at the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center in Dearborn. Enjoy beautifully decorated trees, a festive gift shop, kids' activities, Santa, and so much more. Visit FOT.org.
Not as cold for us today as we were yesterday, although temperatures still a bit below average. Mix of clouds and sun. Windy out there today, especially this afternoon with a strong gusty southwest wind. Highs in the low 40s. Partly cloudy, cold, middle 20s tonight. Mix of clouds and sun, less wind, mid 40s tomorrow. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
Welcome back to WJR and the Chilani Family Foundation's Hunger Free in the D, the charity for the food insecure in and around Detroit that has already served millions of dollars in nutritious meals to your neighbors in need. Let's make it even bigger this year. Call 855-315-FOOD, 855-315-3663, or go to the website hungerfreeinthed.com. Once again, live from Palazzo Di Bacci in Lake Orion, Paul W. Smith.
There's a lot to love about this couple I'm about to bring on the air because, if I'm not mistaken, hanging around them for years, seeing how much they're in love, I think that they met in high school. Was it high school or right after high school?
I'd be in jail if I, well,
there's
a little bit of age difference here.
All right. So. Well, she doesn't seem that much older than you. But anyway.
Oh, you better watch it.
She knows I'm kidding. But you did know each other forever.
40 years this year that we've known each other. We've been married 34.
I'm just saying, it was a long time ago that you knew that you were each the right person for each other. And you've been fabulous. You've been a shining example of couples working together, helping each other grow and be wildly successful, and understanding equally how important philanthropy is, and knowing you wanted your children to understand how important philanthropy is. And that's how this all came about. And the Chelani Family Foundation, which you mentioned earlier, when you started that, I had no idea it was that long ago.
Yeah. In fact, we met at a charity golf outing, Vicki and I, that my dad put on. It was the year that he passed for St. Mary's Hospital in Livonia. And that's how we met, at a charity golf outing. She was volunteering her time.
And that's where I learned the story. I was at your dad's charity golf outing. I think after you'd already passed, you continued to do it.
Yes.
And that's where I heard the story, and I got a little confused, but I know you've been together forever. And I think that's
like
lovely. She got it in there.
I'm not the only one that takes shots at people.
Well, now I know where you got it.
Yeah.
But God bless you both for what you do. And to come up with $200,000 out of the family foundation, that means you were teaching your kids early on. I remember when they were little about giving and the joy in giving. And that continues today, doesn't it, Vicki?
It does. I'm proud to say that all three of my children are involved in the Chelani Family Foundation and where we put our money, but they all have also gone on to do their own things, and we're now seeing that come to pass. But our oldest son Vinny has taken over a lot of the charity work that I do. He and his wife now sit on some of those boards for me. And then our youngest son, Ben, who is expecting his first child. We're going to be grandparents for the first time.
Oh, nice.
He, through his own business, they are doing a can drive for the homeless for the holidays. So he's working with his own staff to raise funds and raise money and raise food for those less fortunate. And our daughter, who's out in California and loves horses, now works at a horse farm where they're in need of extra labor, and she does it, just for her love of animals.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I know she also is very much involved too. Olivia is very much involved in the Chelani Family Vineyards. I think you and Olivia operate that mostly.
Yes, we are a force to reckon with out there. But yeah, she's doing a great job out there. We're happy to have family presence out in Napa. We think it's important for our business that we have that presence out in the valley, and she's doing a great job. And she's got all kinds of ideas of how to take us to the next level. I'm looking to retire. She's looking to figure out how we can expand the business.
So does, I don't mean to ask it right in front of him. So does Tom do anything anymore other than the charitable stuff?
He's my best salesman. He does a good job selling wine.
A pretty good taster too.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to sell really good wine, and the Chelani Family Vineyards have created really good wine and have been extremely successful in the world of the vineyards and wine world in a very short period of time. It may not feel like it, Tom, but it's a pretty short period of time to establish yourselves the way you have.
To start a new brand in any business, it takes time, and you've got to have the tenacity to stay in there and hang in there. But what a treat it is for us to go to the vineyards. Never felt like work. Over the 17 years we go out there, we love it. We meet so many people from around the world that come in to see us. And it's just a joy, because when somebody sits in front of you, Paul, for the first time, you've never met them in your life, they have a passion for food and wine. They're already sitting in front of you with the same passion that we have.
Right. All right. Another passion you have for the whole family is your charitable work. This is one of them. There's Cars and Cigars. There's Hunger Free and the D, their 9th annual one. You've raised millions of dollars. How did we do today?
Well, we're doing very good. In fact, I just got a gentleman just walked in, heard us on the radio, He lives out here in the area. His name is John Buchanan, and cut a $2,500 check
that's
to the
beautiful.
Capuchins. And he just heard us on the air, and he says, "I'm coming over."
That's beautiful.
That's the power that you have, Paul, the team that you are at WJR.
Well, the
to get the word
power
out.
that you have, my friend, took that $2,500 and made it $5,000, just like that.
And he felt good about it too.
Well, he
Yeah,
should,
that's
and
awesome.
God bless him for doing that. And for you too, even though we're off the air, you can still call in, and you might not hear a bunch about it, but hungerfreeinthed.com or call 855-315-3663, 855-315-FOOD. You can continue to contribute. Please do. Tom and Vicki Chilani, God bless you for all you do, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Appreciate it.
Stand by for news. Regards, Paul W. Smith.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell. You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope